Hello, everybody. Welcome to the grand finals here in the Encore Overwatch Kickoff tournament. This is Ariel speaking, and I've got Otel with me here today. Otel, how are you feeling? Are you excited for some grand finals action?
You know what, Ariel? I am heckin' hyped for the rematch between Team Rocket and Tactical Panda.
Yeah, previously Team Rocket disposing of Tactical Panda 2-0, but things are going to be a little bit different this time. As we are going to go through here, see how we got ourselves to this point. As you can see in that round 2 match, Team Rocket did take it 2-0 against Tactical Panda, but Tactical Panda stayed strong, clawed their way all the way through here into the grand finals to get themselves that grudge match rematch here. And it's going to be a best of 5 this time, and there's $200 on the line. First place gets $200. Split amongst players. Still, it's a good bit of cash. I'll take it. If I'm one of their players.
It's lunch.
Yeah. It's a free lunch.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for the map, the possibility of a map 5 here. Playing that best of 5. It kind of changes the game. In round 2 of this tournament, we did see Team Rocket dispose of Tactical Panda in a 2-0 victory, but ultimately that third map can be crucial. The amount of reverse sweeps that happen in Overwatch, it's insane. And I'm wondering if Tactical Panda is going to come out swinging, or if, maybe that third map might be the difference maker for them, and it might, shift the momentum at some point.
Absolutely. Watching a reverse sweep in action is it's a thing of beauty, and you can just slowly feel the momentum building and building. So it's just, it takes a little bit of extra focus to put a team away for that extra map. And speaking of maps, our maps for today, if we so do get to 5, we'll start off with Nepal, and then from there, the losing side will pick the map. And so our lineup is Escort, Hybrid, Assault, and then Control. Hopefully we get all the way Control. I'd like to see that. Nothing wrong with some extra Overwatch in my eyes. But I'm definitely very prepared for this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing some different map types. We've seen a lot of Control into 2CP throughout the tournaments, and now we're finally getting these opportunities to see how these teams play on the payload, and I think that it's going to be an interesting change of pace.
Absolutely.
Especially with everything on the line.
Yeah, there's just something a little bit different, right, about having that. It's almost like the carrot on the stick in front of you, It's just a little, makes you kick a little bit different, and hopefully we get to see some of these players kick their game up a notch. And for Tactical Panda, really, hopefully, find a way to figure out what Team Rocket brings. We've seen Team Rocket run a lot of interesting compositions, bringing out a Sigma. And it's really weird the way they kind of run these things, and it just throws a lot of teams off. So hopefully we will be able to see, an answer for these things. But you never know.
Yeah, time will tell for sure. And as these last few seconds roll down before people are allowed to make their picks, we're just waiting to see if Tactical Panda is going to go for something a little out there. Does look like they've spawned here on a double bubble composition with Team Rocket opting for a double barrier Sig Reinhardt with the McCree May and Vap Lucio. Definitely an interesting strategy here. Going for the point.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1.
Teleporter online.
Taztane teleporting their team out, swapping over to that Tracer. It does look like a full double bubble composition as they roll around for this high ground. The side of Team Rocket just saying, screw that high ground, we're going straight for the point. And now each team just poking away, looking to possibly make an opening, and it's Make You Happy making that opening. And Aaron following up on Taztane. And with 2 picks, make that 3 gone the way of Team Rocket. That is a pretty decisive first fight.
Tactical Panda didn't even get a chance to make it to the point. They were just trying to attack from the high ground, but a couple of early picks from Make You Happy and Aaron just utilizing that little gap on the high ground there to find a couple of key picks, and from there there really wasn't a whole lot of a fight. So Tactical Panda has the path a little faster and be a little bit smarter about their movements here.
And Tactical Panda has made the swap over to a bit more of a brawl composition here with the Rein Zarya, as Wacky now swinging away, trying to make up for lost time on this Reinhardt. 80% to Earthshatter in the pocket of clones, but both main tanks falling. Both McCree's claiming the life of the enemy main tank, and this is still a fight that could go either way. Make You Happy finds his counterpart in Dorito. And now it does look like picks are going in favor of Team Rocket, and they are going to hold out here.
Hello.
High noon in the pocket of Arin with clones coming up on this big Earthshatter. That's going to be a lot of pressure going on Wacky as Tactical Panda attempts to make their entrance here on Nepal Shrine.
Yeah, the goal of this fight is definitely going to be to try to even out the ultimate battle here, I guess.
Wacky gets pulled into the air right in view of that high noon. Is it going to be enough as Clones takes Wacky for a ride? The deep charge. And that is 2 ultimates invested from Team Rocket. You know, well, actually, no, 3 ultimates. That's also a window. But ultimately, it's like, you know, you're at 77%. You still have a lot to work with here. A Blizzard and an Earthshatter. That's more than enough to win you this last fight. They've pushed up just underneath this high ground. I don't think Tactical Panda knows. I don't think Tactical Panda knows. Taking the fight directly here to this main tank, Wacky. As they get frozen by the Blizzard, they've got no options. Crispy's on the ground. Clones is frozen, but is it going to be enough? It does look like Taztane is going to put out a bit of damage, but nobody touched the point.
Oh, that is just brutal.
That was Tactical Panda's opportunity. And nobody touched the point. Unfortunate.
They're so focused on winning that fight. Ultimates flying out everywhere, really hard to keep track of. But the one thing that they needed to keep track of, the point, they just didn't. You can't really, I mean, granted, things were kind of going back and forth, so let's say you do manage to get somebody on the point, who knows how that does play out. But you still at least got to get there.
Yeah, and it does look like Tactical Panda going back to this double bubble strategy. You know, a little, I'm thinking it's a little questionable here for Village, you know. They didn't have a whole lot of success with it on Shrine. They did opt for more of a brawl style, and it started to see them a little bit of success, but they were just so far behind. And this point in particular is going to be heavily in favor of Team Rocket here, as they just make their way onto the objective. And they just set up camp. Now it's all on Sun Solaire to just poke the backline here and just put out enough damage. But Wacky falling to Clones. Will it be enough? Jorge did fall, and Kamehameha also falling. Sun Solaire coming up big in this team fight, trying to get this first point over for Tactical Panda. But it is going to flip Team Rocket, and like I said, they're just set up camp here, set up on the point. They're just trying to last as long as they can. It's an effort of losing slowly. And they're back to the point. Clones finds Taztane with a charge. Absolutely huge, as it will finally flip in favor of Tactical Panda. Neither team getting a really solid hold onto this point thus far. One very long, scrappy fight. But with Clones and Kamehameha and Jorge out, that does look like Tactical Panda has found their foothold.
Just the amount of span damage coming in from Sun Solaire is providing lots of trouble for Team Rocket, all grouped up on that point. Honestly, I thought that they had quite the advantage, you know, once again, getting there first. It seems like they really had a big up, I guess. But when they tried to dive in onto Wacky, they lost Jorge, and I think that kind of started tilting things and trading, and eventually Tactical Panda was able to flip that point.
That is a very late stagger on to Make You Happy, as once again another fight just further delayed. You know, as 40% for Tactical Panda and a lot of ultimates in the bank. Only 2 ultimates online for Team Rocket here, as they are just getting absolutely shelled. And with a barrage sitting over this little room, gotta wonder if Sun Solaire is gonna come up big here. Does opt for the indoors approach. Not entirely sure about that one, as now Team Rocket rolling around. They do lose Kamehameha early. Sunsolar taken down by R, and Wacky finds Jorge. And this is a back and forth fight right now, but it does look like Tactical Panda have the tools they need here. Make You Happy getting a bit of a late death. Yeah, and with that Ana healing, that baby Diva is not going to do enough. Let's just reset, go next. And oh my gosh, Team Rocket has only had 2 fights, and we are up to 90%. Gotta force the touch. Clones goes over to the Wrecking Ball, not having a real opportunity to really play the game thus far. And here it comes out, a Graviton Rocket Barrage. Arin does pop the high noon, but gets instantly punished by Sunsolaire. As now Team Rocket has the bodies on point to clean this one up. Diva Bomb from Make You Happy finds nothing. Taztane cleans him up. And that's a lot of red in the kill feed as Tactical Panda shows that they did in fact come to play. It looks like this round is going to go in favor of Tactical Panda. No touch coming out from Arin.
Honestly, I'm very surprised, like, seeing how that kind of started out. Was really expecting Team Rocket to take that, given the composition they had. Again, also being just first to the point, but Tactical Panda really played that kind of slow spam damage with just Winston harassing a little bit, even serving as bait sometimes. And once they flipped that point, Team Rocket was not able to touch them, just moving a little too slowly, swapping, not really getting a whole lot of value out of any of their ultimates. They swapped to the Diva to try to contest with the Pharah. Didn't end up helping a whole lot, unfortunately. And so now coming into this final stage, what do you think that Tactical Panda has to do to kind of seal this off?
Well, as Tactical Panda rolls out, it does look like they're going for the ball sig. You talked about these wacky compositions that they run, as Wacky himself jockeys for position. But I'm looking this is a bit of an out there composition for this map. Not that Team Rocket isn't playing one themselves with the Roadhog from Make You Happy, looking for an early pick, finds Crispy on the flank. And with Clones cleaning up Rain Blast, that's no supports for Tactical Panda. And they're just gonna get cleaned up one by one.
Well, nothing like a early momentum killer. like a support pick.
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing this composition from Tactical Panda. It wants to poke. It wants to wait for its opportunity to roll out. But Make You Happy is just not giving the time. You know, this Roadhog is such a crucial pick. Oh man, and once again, Crispy falling very early in this fight. Jorge finding the crucial kills to prevent things from happening. As what is happening? Just kills left and right from the side of Team Rocket. As it looks like Tactical Panda is having a difficult time getting out of spawn, much less the choke.
Yeah, Make You Happy is just able to really do whatever they want to do. Just walking 600 HP with a hook and a lot of damage to boot. Just finding picks wherever they want them. So they really got to shut that down, Tactical Panda does, if they want to, have a chance to even get onto the point.
Well, Ariel, it's Monkey See, Monkey Do. We've got Dorito over to the pig themselves now. As damage is starting to be traded out up here, but with Jorge on this copied Roadhog popping out the whole hog, will it be enough? No, Sunsolaire shuts him down. And that is a lot of kills in favor of Tactical Panda here. They have an opportunity to flip this point. Will it be enough? Wacky's in the pit. Desperately trying to get out. Sunsolaire makes a bit of space with that high noon, but you gotta wonder if he wants that one back. And Clones is just on their stall game right now. As the DPS of Team Rocket are attempting to keep it alive, but it does look like they're just gonna have to get out and reset here. Prepare for the next fight. Clones starts pressure on the point. Wacky goes to contest Clones. And now it's just 2 balls fighting on the objective. Oh, Wacky barely saving himself with that pile driver. Almost hooked into the pit by Make You Happy. And that is a lot of damage dealt onto the Wrecking Ball from Team Rocket. Clones once again trying to flip this point back. But Sunsolaire is there with the flashbang, just further denying this Wrecking Ball what they want. And this has been a pretty decisive defense thus far. This has been kind of clean. You know, Dorito finally over onto this Roadhog, able to provide a little bit more threat, you know, kind of make you happy on their toes, you know. They're not just free to flank, you know.
Yeah, you really have to be honest in that mirror matchup on the Hog. Because, you know, one positional mistake and you're into the void. Or you're just dead if you're low enough HP.
Make you happy on the deep flank once again. Does not manage to land that hook. You got to wonder if Tactical Panda is going to use this opportunity. Because Aaron finds Taztane. That is a pretty crucial pick. Dorito falling as well to the Tactical Visor. Gorbachev finds Wacky, and that's a lot of kills here for Team Rocket. With Jorge whole hogging Dorito off of this objective, I don't think there's a whole lot they can do. Wacky's gonna have to roll onto point here to get this touch and get that overtime wick going. Wacky, you've got to touch the point. Oh, never mind. Taztane's got it. But with the mines on the objective, Tastane's got nowhere to go. Clones finds the kill. And with Wacky rolling on, it's just a desperate dash with a road that knows no happy ending. And Team Rocket will take our first map. Definitely a back and forth, though. You know, on Village there, it was looking a little questionable. You know, it looked like, you know, Tactical Panda put on their big boy boots.
And
for a very scrappy third point.
And really, yeah, for also a time on that third point, it looked like they were threatening to take the map even, but alas, they were able. Team Rocket was able to kind of turn that back around and then go up 1-0. For a while there, it was switching onto that Roadhog forced Team Rocket to be a lot more honest. They weren't able to kind of aggressively push in as much as they wanted to, so they were splitting a lot, trying to find these different flanks. And when they finally got the point over, I think the thing that really was the dagger on that last point was, I can't remember who it was, but the Roadhog and the Mercy for Tactical Panda were kind of caught over on the right side of the map. I think it was Make You Happy on the Hog, who was pushing them over with his ultimate, and it kind of caught them there, and basically Team Rocket just collapsed on them as the time was expiring. And so even if the rest of Tactical Panda was able to arrive, you're in a 6v4 scenario with your Hog, who has been keeping Make You Happy honest for the most part, you know, out of the equation. So that really kind of hammered things down in there for Team Rocket.
Yeah, definitely, and it does look like Tactical Panda is going to bring us to Gibraltar now. You know, this map pick, definitely, you know, we saw a little bit of reliance on them for that double bubble composition. You know, it seemed like that was their go-to pick. This map, very strong for Winston. You know, I'd be interested to see how this one plays out.
Just the amount of, like, high ground on this map, just, as a lover of Winston, this just, for me, is just mwah. I will always, always, always love playing this map. Nothing like some good old dive as far as I'm concerned. But again, given that both of these teams have been willing to show some of these interesting compositions, I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got here. We've got Jorge on a Sombra, and we've seen the Sombra work out really well for the Team Rocket side, especially with how coordinated they are on their dives, whether they are aggressing as kind of a brawl side or just collapsing onto people as dive. Their coordination really is going to work out, and so it'd be very interesting to see how the combo maybe of either Jorge and Clones or Aaron and Clones or maybe even the DPS duel getting into the back line of Tactical Panda is going to allow their coordination to shine. But on the opposite side, Tactical Panda going with a halt hook combination for a little bit. Maybe
looking like it's just for a possible pick as they do swap over to that double bubble.
Double bubble once again.
As now it's looking like Wacky gonna jump up onto this high ground, get a little bit of energy for their Zarya. Getting antied and focused hard as Jorge finds the kill. Sunsolar does manage to punish Gorbachev though. Caught him looking. And Sunsolar takes down Clones, falling to Aaron. And ultimately, if you're Tactical Panda, not a bad trade-off. You know, you've got Taztane down here on the ground pushing this payload. Wacky's off of spawn, looking to punish Make You Happy to get them out of Diva Mech. And this cart is just rolling along. High ground supremacy 100% in favor of Tactical Panda at this point in time.
And they're going to continue to have that advantage as long as they're in control of Blue Box there. Such a key piece of this first point is controlling that little bit of high ground there.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, Clones and Make You Happy together once again up on Blue Box is now, you know, Tactical Panda just waiting for their moment, waiting for their proper staging as Wacky is going to go deep, looking to put a lot of pressure onto this Brigida as Gorbachis has to run back to their team. And that is a lot of nano charge generated by Wacky, you know, managing to go in and get out with his life. Absolutely huge. As you got to wonder if they're going to initiate with the nano in this fight. But Arin finds the pulse bomb on a Rain Blast. That's huge. Wacky's out. He's up Shit's Creek. Has to pop the primal. As now Wacky just batting around on this high ground, trying to keep things going, and the cart is rolling along. Make You Happy desperately trying to keep this alive, but they are going to fall, unable to call that mech. And it's looking like Tactical Panda is very comfortable right now. The payload has barely stopped moving. They have a lot of high ground supremacy, and it just seems like this Winston Diva from Team Rocket is struggling to make the plays happen. Arin landed possibly the largest pulse bomb of their life, you know, taking out Rain Blast so early in that fight, you know, denying the nano to Wacky. But they still didn't manage to bring it through. And now that nano's going to be used this fight. Rally coming out from Gorbachis as Wacky has to jump back to their team, coming back to this payload to pressure out Clones. Clones does have the Primal Rage in the pocket. They are going to pop it, looking to make something happen. An EMP from Jorge to try and keep the train rolling. As Taztane does punish that Sombra. Taking over control of this Mega Room, trying to force out the tanks of Team Rocket, but unfortunately can't seem to make a whole lot happen. Make You Happy still very healthy as they fall back through this rocket ship. But it is Dorito at high energy. Oh, Make You Happy with the eat on that Graviton. No, sir, not today, says Make You Happy. As now, Stun Solaire with the High Noon. And Clones with this Nano Boost is going to do so much damage, far too much to be healed, as they clean up Tactical Panda, and this payload is in a great position if you are Team Rocket. This is a good place to stop it.
Yeah, it's so hard to push on point B. You only have 4 small little entryways here, and so you have to fight on that, and you have to fight at the disadvantage of the defending team having the high ground as well. So this is just a nightmare. But you do have some ultimates, but unfortunately, Dorito's grab was pretty much wasted in that last fight.
Rain Blessed instantly antied, does get the bubble from their Zarya. They're not going to fall today. As Clones loses their life in that Mega Room. And now with no Monkey, you know, your dive has been severely weakened. And it's really on Tactical Panda here to make something happen. Well, actually, no, it's not on Tactical Panda to make something happen. They're just pushing the cart along. It does look like the DPS and Team Rocket are going to try to make something happen here. Try to stop Wacky in his tracks, but with this Nano Winston just sitting on the cart, what can you do? Land the sleep, land the hack, that's what you do. As Wacky is going to get punished. But that cart did get inched ever closer, you know. Team Rocket seeming to have a bit of a difficult time staying on this objective, like keeping it alive.
Rain Blast trying to 1v2 the enemy supports there probably didn't help a whole lot.
When Clones goes deep, hungry for more, is not going to be able to clean up those tanks, but did find to that fight.
Tactical Panda has 1 minute left here, going up against the EMP, potentially EMP bomb combo. If Team Rocket is feeling like it. But they've only got a rally, maybe a pulse bomb. Then a grab.
It does look like they will have a grab pulse combination. Oh, and Crispy's gonna get caught out by that EMP bomb. And with no break, your vulnerability to this dive is so much higher. Dorito is going to drop the Graviton Surge, but it's definitely not where you want it. And Wacky getting on this payload, attempting to make something happen here. Going quite deep, cannot clean up Gorbacheese. Sunsolar does find Kamehameha very late though, and with 6 bodies left on this payload, it does look like this is their opportunity to get it all the way to that checkpoint. So Wack is gonna go deep, gets the nano from Rain Bless. And will it be enough? Sunsolar with another high noon. That is a lot of pressure, and that's gonna be point 2 captured by Tactical Panda. You know, a really good showing from them there. That is a very difficult situation to be in. They pulled it off.
Yeah, they made the most use of their ultimates, especially that grab, catching, I think, both tanks of Team Rocket inside that small room. Now it looks like Team Rocket going on to the Sigma Rhine. Seeing a lot of Sigma from Team Rocket, but it always really seems to work. Should be interesting to see how that potentially could combo even that ultimate with a EMP, but I'm not sure they'll have time.
All right, and Taztane in the backline finds Kamehameha. Aaron taking down the enemy McCree with another really well-placed pulse bomb. And now the support line of Tactical Panda just chilling up top, but Crispy's not packing his Ana, and Make You Happy is just gonna chip him down. Oh, that hurts. That hurt to watch. A pulse bomb from Taztane landing onto Clones is gonna be more than enough to clean up that Reinhardt. As now Wacky going deep with a Primal Rage, trying to keep this momentum up. Isolating Make You Happy. And this is quite the position to be in for Tactical Panda. A big EMP comes out, finds 4. As Clones 70% to their Earth Shatter, trying to build it in these last moments, trying to come up with a big play. Getting stunned by Crispy. So much pressure coming out from this rallied Brigida. But Clones with the window fire strike takes down Wacky, and that's the only barrier that can stop this upcoming Earth Shatter. Will it be enough? It looks like that Sigma Flux could be what it takes to get this point going. As Clones finally with the Earth Shatter. When's it gonna come out? It's only a matter of time, Clones, I know. Clones just says no to me. I'm waiting for it.
There it is.
There it is. Clones wanted to make a point. I don't need this Earth Shatter. I never need it.
Earth Shatter's optional. Who needs Earth Shatters?
Initiating.
All right, what a point. You know, it really did look like Tactical Panda was going to get the cap there, you know, for a little bit, but then just coming out with that Gravitic Flux doing so much damage. I believe it caught 2, maybe 3. And it was exactly the kind of breathing room that Team Rocket needed to start getting things going. And then the windowed fire strike on Wacky, like that's just unlucky.
Yeah, I think Wacky might have been caught in there with a hack, trying to potentially farm up that Primal Rage. Was nano boosted, but I think he got hacked and then pretty much just isolated, and at that point he was dead, and it was pretty much just made official by that fire strike.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
And it does look like, once again, we're going to see the double bubble come out from Tactical Panda here. As it's looking like this, a similar strategy, perhaps, for the opening of the gates here. Coming out from Team Rocket, you know, sitting on this Roadhog Orisa. Going to look for a cheeky pick before making a swap.
Stop the payload.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Oh wait, no, Make You Happy hopping out of this spawn says, nah, I'm gonna stay. And now they're on ball sig. Oh, not ball sig, ball pig. Wacky forced out early here. And looking to make the most out of this little bit of high ground. Jumps deep onto Arin, but does not manage to find the kill. And with the anti-nade onto Jorge there, Sunsolera is going to be able to clean up that kill, and Wacky finds Gorbacheese, but the cart is still rolling. Team Rocket hasn't really needed to win a fight thus far. Now it's just Make You Happy and Kamehameha down here in the lower area. Going to get cleaned up by Tactical Panda finally, and this cart location is pretty strong for a double bubble composition.
Boosting up.
Honestly, I have no idea how Sunsolera survived there. He got, I thought he was caught kind of near that opening bridge. Jorge was trying to focus him down, but managed to get out, and Dorito was able to come over, assist him with a bubble. And that fight could have turned out very differently had Sunsolera actually been killed.
And it does look like Team Rocket making a priority of clearing this blue box. Gonna force out Wacky early. As Wacky goes deep once again to clean up this Widowmaker, trying to take him out of the equation. Arin, being very evasive, is going to be able to avoid most of that damage. Arin's still alive. Kind of wild. Hard focused by the Primal, but it's not enough. As now Team Rocket just rolling over into this server room to try and clear out the backline of Tactical Panda. Make You Happy and Jorge getting hard punished. As Tactical Panda appear to be running a clinic for first point defense here. Absolutely putting on a clinic. Very clean fights from them thus far. They are really losing nothing at this point. We still haven't seen a copy built by Jorge. You know, it's very close, but ultimately we are 2.5 minutes in. You know, it's a little slower than you'd care for. And Arin finally forced off that Widowmaker on a Tracer is not going to have a whole lot of time to build that Pulse Bomb and make a play. Arin does get slept on the payload, gets out barely with their life. Jorge going deep into server, manages to find two before getting cleaned up by Sunsolera. Gorbachev is going to get that res, and it does look like Team Rocket has finally taken control of the map, and they will be capping first point Gibraltar here.
Jorge finding a long range pick there on Rain Blast, and then pretty much as soon as that Ana's gone, you can kiss goodbye for Tactical Panda.
Yeah, definitely, you know, such a crucial piece of the puzzle. That Ana, you got to be building Nano Boost so fast in this double bubble composition, and you can't build Nano Boost if you're dead. And that's just facts. It does look like Team Rocket still taking a bit of a low-key approach to this fight, but that kill onto Sunsolera is exactly what Jorge needs to kind of open up a can of worms.
Engaged.
Copy onto Winston. They're going to go deep. Put a whole lot of cleave into this ship. Will it be enough? The Dorito Graviton Surge catching 2 tanks. Well, 1.5 tanks, I'll say. But not able to find any kills. As Sunsolera does punish Make You Happy on that flank. Once again, Tactical Panda managing to stop the payload in a good spot. As long as they can keep the map control, as long as they can keep it solid, I do think they have put themselves in a good position to hold here on second.
Nano Boost and High Noon from Tactical Panda incoming. Team Rocket has the Whole Hog and a Pulse Bomb. If Aaron can find a big Pulse Bomb, they can really turn the fight.
And it does look like a Whole Hog coming up for Make You Happy just to clear out this Mega Room. As Sunsolera going to pop the High Noon and take down Jorge. That's they managing to find a Pulse Bomb on the Gorbachev at the same time. And that is a couple ultimates invested from the side of Tactical Panda. And I will have you remember that Tactical Panda rolled into second point with probably like around 3+ minutes, I think. And they struggled. They only pushed it to the second checkpoint in overtime. Or at least what was approaching overtime. Team Rocket here came in with like barely 2 minutes. This is a tough spot to be. And they've only got 2 ultimates online. The nano boost yoinked from the Winston by Jorge, but it is going to be enough to turn those sticky bombs into an instant kill on Sun Solaire. And RN finding the pulse onto Dorito. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. I mean, I'm assuming it was stolen because he was during the Winston leap.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
But Jorge made the best of it there.
Great.
This does look like a position for Team Rocket to secure this point. As Sun Solaire rolls in, looking to punish this Echo. Isn't going to be able to find enough. Another Graviton from Dorito. But it's not going to be enough. And now you got to wonder if Dorito wants that Grav back.
Yeah,
It's a difficult thing to invest a Graviton on a losing fight.
Especially now that Taz also is coming up on that pulse bomb. A combo really would have worked nicely here, get you at least one defense or one successful hold, depending on how fat your grab is. But again, now you don't have that. You got to rely on something
Both
from
teams
Sun
now
Solaire
just kind of
or
poking
Taz.
away. Neither team yet having made a play. But it does look like Wacky gonna grab that nano and go deep. Attempting to make something happen here. Forcing the issue, one might say, as a lot of damage means that Taztane is gonna have a field day. Finds 3 that fight. Absolutely huge cleanup coming out from this Tracer. As Aaron dumps a pulse bomb somewhere.
I was trying to stick Dorito.
Interesting.
Dorito was a little bit deep, but
just swap that Ash. All right.
Flight routine activated.
And now Team Rocket looking to once again clear this high ground. They've done a great job this series of prioritizing the positioning, but Clones is all by himself up against 3. Standing in this bubble, taking a lot of damage. Anti-nated once again. Rain Blast is going to find the kill onto that Reinhardt with Aaron back in the fight from that res from Gorbachev. Will it be enough? The cart got pushed pretty far, actually, thus far. I wonder if it's enough. Make you happy investing a Gravitic Flux, but find some no kills. As Tactical Panda are investing ults back. Wacky bringing out the Primal Rages, looking to find a late kill onto this Baptiste, take him out of the equation entirely. And by Jove, they may have done it. It does look like this was Tactical Panda's map to lose, and they were not going to lose it.
well, that's good news for us.
And that brings our series to a 1-1.
Absolutely. As we see the play of the game going here to Wacky. And it looked like for a little bit there, Team Rocket switching over to that Winston, or not the Winston, the Rhine Sigma was going to work for them as they kind of cornered Wacky in that on the stairwell on third point there. But alas, the fight just lasted a little bit too long and just allowed for a little bit of back and forth with the respawns being a little bit better for Tactical Panda. And Tactical Panda able to hold on. And so now we have a 1-1 series.
It does look like Professor AJ has finally joined us. Welcome, AJ, to the grand finals.
Oh, hey there, guys.
Are you ready for King's Row, AJ?
I am so ready for King's Row. I watched the last bit of Nepal there, and I watched all of Gibraltar. Really fantastic showing from Tactical Panda and from Team Rocket. I am so excited to be here for this grand final, guys. I am sorry that I was late, but I'm here now, and we're going to have a great time.
You're here to bring the hype.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have way too much energy for it to being 95 degrees down here in Florida. I have no idea where this came from. But I gotta tell you, there were some very interesting choices from Team Rocket on that last Gibraltar map. As you know, and as many of our viewer knows, that Double Bubble is extraordinarily strong on Gibraltar. What did you think of the choices that Team Rocket made during that map?
Well, what have we seen from Team Rocket? right? Team Rocket is a team that excels when you let them play Brawl.
This is true.
There's just one issue. Gibraltar, not the map for it. You
No.
know? Like, it takes so long. Like, we watched on First Point there, almost a full hold from Tactical Panda, because they had to rotate so far in order to clear out Tactical Panda from server room.
Yeah.
Or they had to put in so much effort to clear Blue Box. And ultimately, it just amounts to Wacky taking a bunch of damage and leaping back to his Ana.
hmm
And then you just
Yeah.
get Nandoed next fight. Like,
Exactly.
It's a difficult position to be in.
And one of the things that you guys didn't get to hit on during that map was Dorito. I think Dorito carried that map hands down. Some of his friendly bubbles, absolutely incredible. They were so incredibly timely on Taztane, on Rain Blessed, on Wacky, on Crispy. Wow, like Dorito, really, really great work.
Yeah, definitely. You whispered me about a clutch bubble. I had witnessed it. Didn't get an opportunity to
Yeah,
mention it.
Yeah, when somehow Aaron had gotten behind everybody to the beginning of First Point Checkpoint, Taztane popped over on Tracer from Blue Box with 2 blinks, and he's just sitting there firing. Dorito throws a personal bubble on him. Taztane doesn't have to move, finishes the clip, takes out Aaron, and fight was over. It was really fun to watch.
AJ. You remember that thing I said about Rush?
Yeah.
We're going to King's Row, AJ.
Oh, we're gonna see
We're
Rush.
We're going to King's Row.
Well,
This
hey,
is the map pick that shocked the world as Team Rocket chose King's Row.
yeah, we're gonna see Clones do the thing. We're gonna see Make You Happy play probably a really fantastic diva as he's been playing. I expect to see a Rush mirror, but hey, you never know. I know personally from experience that we kicked Rush for a couple of weeks and played some really strange comps here on First Point Attack. But hey, we're gonna see Rush from at least one of these teams.
Yeah, it actually looks like
Attackers
We might be
Clones
seeing a bit of
rolling out on the
poke.
Orisa.
Yeah, some poking.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
Well, he hasn't left spawn yet, so maybe not.
What are you talking about? Clones is right over here. He's right
Oh,
on the
just kidding.
stairs.
Oh,
All
just
the way
kidding.
out of spawn.
Oh, just kidding. He was behind me. Ah, idiot. All right then.
But yeah, it looks like we're going to see a classic Rein Zarya combination coming out
Yeah.
from Tactical Panda here. With
So-
the Hanzo Creed. This is throwing it
Ugh.
back. That's a throwback.
Ugh, I'm
DPS
not a fan. I don't enjoy it. Oh, there's the
Never
May.
mind, we've got the May.
Now, whose responsibility is it to touch point here? Is it the diva and then just touch and get out? Touch and get out? Or is
Well, I mean, I think ultimately you're just trying to... That wall from Sunsolaire actually pretty clutch. You know, that's going to be the thing that gets him in. But that's the idea. You know, they're just trying to get close. They're running in closes on the Orisa, which means if you close that distance, there's nothing they can do.
right.
As Wacky finds the pin onto Jorge, I believe walled off by Sunsolaire.
Well, really
As
great
now-
transition here.
An absolute map flip by the side of Tactical Panda as they gain full point control, and Clones is going to get cleaned up like nothing. Cleaned
Yeah,
up like
maybe
he's been cleaned up by Bounty.
Yeah, maybe some questionable choices there. When you're playing that high ground and you don't have speed to move yourselves around. Well, you did have speed, but there's just nothing that you could do. They were just going to close that gap, and get in on you. I think
does
it might have
look-
been a pretty questionable choice.
It does look like they've made the swap to full rush. You know, they're like, all right, we'll meet you. This is our
Yeah.
bread and butter.
This is what
But
I
definitely,
came here to see.
I think they just weren't expecting the May wall because they were going for the halt. They were going to kill that momentum, and then the May wall came out, and it was just like, oh, now all of us pass for free.
Yeah, that's fair. Take that high ground.
As-
Go all the way back.
A
Oh,
map
they're going to
flip
cart.
of Team
They're going to
Rocket's
cart.
own. They're just gonna swap sides.
Oh, this is great. This is great
They
Overwatch,
completely
man.
flipped the choke,
I love
and
this.
now they're basically just looking at Tactical Panda like, hey, you gotta come to us.
This is so fantastic. I love this so much.
This is actually a big brain play.
Oh, this is so
Team
great.
Rocket. Tactical Panda. Ooh, they did manage to get them off of the cart enough to get it moved forward a little bit. This is bad if you're Team
Uh-oh.
Rocket, because now you
Uh-oh.
gotta push into the choke. Oh, and Jorge
get that wall
puts up
up.
the wall, but still gets bombed. And Wacky is in deep, looking for a pin kill. Gonna find it onto Aaron.
Oh,
Clones with a pin kill of their own.
what's Kamehameha doing here? Is he just trying to leave? Is he trying to die? What's he doing?
It looks like he's trying to die,
You can do it, buddy.
but you're not allowed to die. Now you're allowed. Now, Tactical Panda gives you permission to die.
Yeah, I think they're barely gonna be able to touch point here, coming up on the third checkpoint because of that stagger. And they got a blizzard coming in here. They got a high noon. It's not looking good here. Not looking good here for Team Rocket on this recontest.
All right, Team Rocket trying to get up, using all that defense matrix to close the distance.
Uh-oh.
To make you happy, tosses in a bomb. Will it be enough? Clones falls to the high noon.
Crispy.
Crispy is out of the fight though, with Rainblast finding Jorge.
Check out Aaron on the high ground.
The advantage is in favor of Tactical Panda here still. Taztane finds two in the back line of Team Rocket, and Aaron make you happy, just desperately trying to keep the point alive. It is going to amount to too little, too late.
We're 46 on the clock for third point. Boy, are they rolling. Rolling.
See, I'm asking how Clones got high noon.
I
That
don't
is
know.
unfortunate. You lost your Earth Shatter
Yeah. Well, I mean,
to a high noon.
they used up all the defense matrix to even get back there, so he had nothing to block it.
That is true, and with a window coming out, that puts Clones in a really tough position. Tries to use the Earth Shatter and gets stunned by Taztane. And that is an absolutely huge trade of cooldowns. Has now a absolutely minimal investment here from Tactical Panda to keep this cart rolling. Make You Happy is going to keep it alive for just a little bit longer, giving their team just enough time. Team Rocket gonna make a desperate play. An absolutely desperate play to touch this point.
High noon.
With the high noon from Aaron, you gotta wonder if it's gonna find anything. Wacky Frozen does fall. And that might be the pick that Team Rocket needs to stop this push. Clones is going to get frozen. Sun Solaire off the side of the map.
Hey, that's not that bad. That's really not that bad of a play there from Tactical Panda because they only invested the beat for the Blizzard. Not that bad. The Shatter, inconsequential. But they're coming in with two of their biggest ults here.
I'll have you know that Clones is 80% to their next Shatter. This could be big.
Oh my.
But it does look like they're cut off from their team.
Speed him in.
As Jorge falls to Taztane,
Uh-oh.
Make You Happy finds Crispy. Aaron cleans up their McCree counterpart. And that is a lot of kills in favor of Team Rocket here. And that is exactly what you need. Just keep cleaning them up as they come.
Okay, okay. So, coming in here with 230, 220 coming in when they're actually going to be initiating this fight, what do you think they need to do? Because they've traded out all their ults except for Window versus the High Noon here. What do Tactical Panda need to do to finish this up?
Well, Tactical Panda, you just gotta, honestly, take your time. You know, build your ultimates. It's not on you, mate. You've got Team Rocket against the wall here. You know,
Yeah.
Make them feel desperate. Make them make the sloppy plays.
Yeah.
Don't rush it. Ooh, that window seems a little misplaced.
Oh, it's all for Taztane.
It's not even gonna matter as Clones falls to the windowed stun grenade. And Wacky's gonna get frozen by Jorge here. Will it be enough? This ice block May. So close to the edge there.
Blizzard.
And he yeeted the blizzard all the way over. It hit Taztane, but only Taztane.
So awkward.
Unfortunate. Tossed the blizzard over the wall, but at an arc that was too great. But it does look like Aaron trying to keep things alive, trying to make something happen. But with Wacky just swinging away here and landing the Earth Shatter, that is going to be a 3rd-point cap.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, 3.5 minute hold there. Still, Tactical Panda completes with time, so good job on their part. Really fantastic. I think you were asked.
I just want to come out and say
Sure.
that I think Sun Solaire's walls have been the most clutch factor deal
Chef's
in that
kiss?
entire offense.
Chef's kiss.
Absolute chef's kiss. You know, I'm seeing when we saw that rotation from Team Rocket, my mind was blown on second point.
Yeah.
When they basically just flipped the entire choke,
Uh-huh.
and that should just be, that's the nail in the coffin. Because
Uh-huh.
at that point, they're winning the game without playing the game. But,
Mhm.
you know, we saw Clones and Make You Happy, who were the ones touching, over on that, like, tucked corner side of the choke.
Uh-huh.
And Sunsolar just puts up a wall, and it was like, your tanks can no longer touch. And then they get that 1 extra meter of distance, and
Uh-huh.
it completely changed the game.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
It was
I
a
agree.
perfect payload position, and Sunsolar was like, let me just adjust.
Oh. Are you
Order
seeing what
will
I'm
be
seeing?
restored.
Are you seeing this?
I'm seeing some cheese.
No, you're seeing that Sim TP to the top of the statue.
I'm smelling some fromage, my friend.
Oh, Team Rocket. You crafty kids.
Gotta wonder
Oh.
if it's gonna be scouted well enough.
I don't know. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it to me. So,
This Wacky is directly underneath this statue.
oh, they're not. Oh, they're just gonna go high ground. Interesting. Okay.
They're not playing it the cheesy way, they're playing it the normal way.
Oh, that's silly. Team
Nice
Rocket, guys.
double barrier with the Bastion.
So then they're gonna assert some point present here.
And what
Just
can you really do, you know?
lay it
These
down.
tanks are just gonna sit on this
Taz
objective.
sneaky,
Oh,
sneaky,
it
Taz
looks like you're gonna
sneaky,
wall,
sneaky.
and then you're gonna just rush. And that's where you want to be if you're playing the rush comp. But Wacky is not going to be able to get out. Make You Happy finds the kill with the help of his Bastion. And still so much pressure from Team Rocket here. You know, they need to touch the point to stop these tanks capping, but what can you really do? The Bastion's untouchable.
He really is. And with the Zen and the Bap just up there, just free firing. This is gonna be too much to get around. I don't think they have really any chance.
Window from Rain Blessed. You gotta wonder if it's going to be enough.
So,
As Clone
Uh-oh.
no longer has a barrier, does Sun Solaire finds
did I speak too soon?
Mayhaps you did, my friend. Oh, but with the window coming out
Uh-oh.
from
Uh-oh.
Kamehameha, that is going to be more than enough. That's a lot of damage coming out from the Bap Zen. And Gorbacheese just cleaning it up.
Well, I gotta
Iron
say
had
that.
done their job. It was okay for the Bastion to die at that point. You'd
Sure.
already sown the seeds of chaos.
Yeah, you let the Zen get some funsies. Oh, look at this. These TPs are fun. Gosh, I love cheese comps.
Just, I do love me some cheese.
I do.
Just putting Aaron on the Bastion up onto this high ground. You know, what are they going to do to him? Maybe wall him up?
Yeah. So they're gonna, most likely win this first corner. Where's their next TP gonna be? Oh, they're going all the way around.
Honestly,
they're gonna go all the way around.
put
They're
it
gonna do the same thing.
Ooh.
But I don't know how that's gonna exactly work for them. They don't have anywhere to go. Oh, they're
No, it
thinking
looks
better.
like they're
thinking
calling
better
it
of it. They're thinking
Starts
better
too
of
far.
it. Yeah.
As Wacky drops, gets instantly discorded. That is a lot of damage to take if you are a main tank player. Another Bastion just shelling away.
Good trance. Big
enough.
trance.
A Blizzard coming out from Sun
Okay.
Solaire
Arn with
to
2.
clean up clones. Bongo has been dropped. A lot of damage coming out. Rain Blessed had gone a little deep, barely managing to get out with their life here, and now they're just directly in front. Dorito gonna find Make You
yeah.
Happy.
I thought Make You Happy was standing there just not doing anything for his own health, but actually he DC'd.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a big unlockers. But what were we
wow.
saying here? Yeah, wow.
It does look like even without Make You Happy here, you know, once they come back and they hop back into the game, it should be fine.
Yeah. I gotta say, this is some really fun and interesting Overwatch to watch here. I think that these positions for Bastion are very interesting. I think that where Tactical Panda chose to re-engage on this second point fight just as it reaches the second corner, I think was a good choice on their part, because they didn't have to engage to stop the cart necessarily at bookstore. They can stop back and just stop it from progressing any further. But they're just not able to out-sustain the Orisa, the Bastion, the Sim, the Zen, the Sigma, there was just way too much damage for them to be able to sit there and sustain and not be able to make it progress without doing something about it. But if I were to be some kind of betting man here, I would say that either Tactical Panda needs to put their foot on the gas or they need to make a comp swap. Because fighting rush into poke either means that you need to get in there and do stuff, or you either need to get out and play something else. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it does look
yeah.
like. Sorry, little sidetrack there mentally, but it does.
It's all
It has been looking like Tactical Panda is struggling to find an answer to the cheese.
Mhm.
You know, you've got so much pressure, and also Sunsolar playing on this May has been a crucial clutch factor for his team. But all of a sudden, you know, your walls are getting broken very fast.
Yep.
Because of the Bastion, and they're charging Symmetra beams.
Right.
You know, you put up a wall, and it's like just a matter of time until a 180 damage a second beam is coming at you.
Yeah. I think that the sim pick here, playing on the low ground with the Sigma, is absolutely huge. Gorbachev and Kamehameha are doing a really, really incredible job of enabling their DPS and their tanks to do their jobs and do them really, really well and effectively. And great job on Make You Happy on the Sigma for being able to keep the rush off of their Baptiste and their Zen. Because, you know, Zen's very slow, Zen's very fragile, but the amount of pressure that he can exert, the amount of damage and utility that he has is absolutely incredible. So, you know, not just the Bastion, but the Zen is a huge part of this composition.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it creates a ton of forward pressure that it's just been looking like wacky, just falling apart. You know, you want to come out here and you want to swing away, but you just can't. You need to close the distance
Right.
to stop that Orisa, but you've got so much damage coming at you.
But I mean, luckily for them, they are playing with the Diva rather than the Zarya, so they do have that Matrix to eat literally infinite damage for a couple of seconds to get him there. But once he's there, you know, it's going to be really hard because obviously the bread and butter of this comp is destroying shields and destroying Reinhardts. You know, you want to poke them out and everybody's going to turn and look at you and absolutely destroy you. You know, you only have one immortality field, you only have one beat, but what's it going to do?
Definitely.
But with Make You
know-
Happy coming back in, hopefully we'll be restarted here in just a couple of quick seconds here. Oh, looks like the teams are ready. So just final thoughts. Do you think Tactical Panda needs to make a comp swap?
I'm thinking it might be the case. You know, maybe. I don't know. I think it remains to be seen.
Okay.
I think their comp might work on third. Oh, actually, no. Never mind. There's too much high ground. Yeah, I think you just need
Yeah.
to. I think you just need to adjust your game.
Yeah, I think they either need to put their foot on the gas or they need to swap.
That being said,
It's-
Taztane is going to be coming out with a high noon, and they're going to have a window this fight. That could be enough damage to take down the Bastion early enough.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh, he's going for flank with window.
Oh, wow. Taztane instantly finds Gorbachev. That Zenyatta out of the fight is absolutely huge. Dorito finds Jorge, and finally the high noon to clean up clones. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. You know,
Nice
you
work.
got the ults that you needed to create the pressure to take down the bunker that was set up.
Hey, that's great. As they say, press Q first, you can absolutely win it. Like,
And now we see
They take-
Team Rocket making their swap over to the Sigma Rhine Rush.
which we wanted to see from them all along.
In
Because we know that they play a really fantastic rush, and I think that the Sigma versus the Diva is going to be a really important matchup here for them for us to see.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get just like a ton of free cart off the back of a Bastion, you know, take it while you can get it. But the moment you're off that payload, the moment they win a fight, you just gotta swap.
Yeah. See you later. Oh. Diva might be stuck here in no man's land.
Clones does manage to find Dorito there. Wacky pinning Aaron in the back.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Wacky getting pinned himself as Clones coming up big this fight, landing a ton of damage. And already 63% to their shatter. That's 80%.
Holy
Let's just keep
moly.
cleaning them up one by one, make you happy, just taking them down.
Now, capping third with 323. They are not far behind. Not far behind. I think they have an absolutely big chance to outdo Tactical Plane this time here.
Yeah, definitely. You've got both tank ultimates coming up for Team Rocket right now.
Versus just a Blizzard.
Just
Oh,
a
it's
Blizzard.
big, it's
You
big.
said just a Blizzard. It's huge. It catches 3, and that's going to be exactly what Tactical Panda need to kill some momentum.
Sunsolaire, you are the man with a plan. These walls have been incredible, as Otel has been raving about. Just a Blizzard, I was just setting them up, man.
Just underselling it. You're underselling it.
Underselling it. Underselling.
Keep 'em
You gotta
humble.
put up that hype value, the hype, you know.
But now we
Right.
do see those 2 tank ultimates that we were talking about coming online for Team Rocket as Clones is rolling in, looking to make something happen. Make you happy, gonna clear out Horseshoe here, take control of that Mega. Pumping out an absolute ton of damage. Now Taztane, High Noon with the window.
Oh, that's a bad choice.
Oh, you pulled up!
Oh.
Kamehameha falls! Oh, make
Poor
you happy,
choice.
lifts the High Noon. Much to the chagrin of Kamehameha. As now a beat coming out from Crispy. The Earth Shatter from Wacky finding nothing. This is a scrappy fight. It could go either way, but it does look like Sunsolaire and Dorito are going to clean it up.
Time to raise my DPS.
Check that out. 2 of our players that we talked about at the beginning of this round, Dorito and Sunsolaire, are coming through big.
Actually, though, and that High Noon from Taztane, I don't believe it was going to find anyone. It's just an unlucky overlap of cooldowns.
Yeah. And you would think that after he cast the High Noon first, you would make sure not to pick up the McCree.
You would hope.
Oh,
as
good wall on
does get
Wacky.
frozen by this Blizzard, it's going to be enough as Sunsolaire and Wacky are both out of the fight. Taztane as well.
Oh,
Ooh,
Dorito
and
says
that's a
see you
lot of
later.
kills. That is essentially what's looking like a
Uh-oh.
team kill.
That's... Uh-oh. I don't know if he's going to touch here.
Will they be able to touch?
Sunsolaire.
Sunsolaire
Tracer.
staying on it, but it's not going to be enough. A minute in the
Oh.
bank.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. All right.
And this is
Now-
a dangerous spot to be because, okay,
Yeah.
so if you're Team Rocket, you showed your hand
Yep.
with the Bastion synth.
Yep.
You gotta ask, are they gonna have the cojones to try that again?
I would say yes, because it absolutely pooped on Brawl. But I think because they showed that first round, if they come out with it again, they can either do their, small push, back them up, or do whatever they win or lose. If they win, that's great. They continue moving with it. If they lose, they go Brawl, and we saw that their Brawl is very good. But looks like they are just gonna Brawl here. So we're gonna get what we came here to see. Brawl on King's Row.
Absolute classic.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it's been the home of Brawl since day one, since 2016.
Yeah.
It's been the place where the Brawl tanks go to roam, to
Yeah, it's-
graze, to eat grass. And just
It's
live out
what
their
Uncle Aaron
twilight
gave us.
years.
Uncle Aaron Keller.
Attackers incoming.
This was his child.
Stepdad.
I like Uncle Aaron better.
Uncle Aaron.
Because it's Papa
I don't know.
Jeff.
He's got that stepdad energy. But anyway,
Ew. Ew.
Clones is rolling onto the point, adding a little bit of pressure here. Jockeying for some space. As Tactical Panda, not much happening yet, as no one has yet fallen. But a wall coming out from Jorge is going to be a lot to cut off the team. Lamp does come out from Rain Blessed a little bit early. Already built the window. That is a lot. But still,
Doritos and a
with
mech,
no
though.
one having fallen,
Doritos and a mech. That might be it. Oh, but
it looks
Make
like
You
they're
Happy in
rolling out
trouble.
on Make You Happy, trying to make something happen.
How is he
Make You
alive?
Happy just getting frozen and just battered around. They
Holy moly.
identified the Sigma was out of position and went to go punish. What can he do?
He's gonna break that wall.
Aaron behind this wall, attempting to keep things going.
Fire strike.
Castain finds Kamehameha. Wacky finds Aaron. And back and forth, these kills are going. A gravitic flux coming out for Make You Happy, but it's going to be too late. He doesn't have the touch on point, but it is in a position to be winnable. They did get a tick.
Yeah, to be fair, he did pick up the McCree while high nooning, so he's learning.
And you just hate to see it. And then you never live it down for the rest of the match. You know, it's like
Yeah.
constantly beating yourself up in your own head of like, man, I can't believe I fluxed that Kree.
But 54.8% here, entirely winnable. Entirely winnable.
Yeah, definitely. That is a tick plus a little bit of breathing room.
I think that we're going to see Brawl v Brawl again. I don't think they're going to run that Orisa. I think there's no way.
You know, I am a little worried here. We do see Make You Happy rolling out on the Sigma once again. It has been a strong pick for Make You Happy thus far in this series, but it almost seemed, on that fight, it almost seemed like an Achilles heel. It seemed like Tactical Panda had identified, hey, if we just run at the Sigma, they're just going to be down a person.
I think, to be completely honest, I think he missed his rotation. I think he was supposed to go high ground with the supports, but he just did not.
Well, he was promptly punished.
Indeed he was. Indeed he was.
And it does look like Tactical Panda going to roll out of the right window to hide a bit of their composition from prying eyes.
They screw the choke. Nope, they say we're going to do the choke.
They're going to go for it. They're going to do it.
And we're going to play the statue here. Good
Ooh,
wall.
Jorge misses the wall onto Wacky. That resource out. Sun Solaire is going to come in big, putting a lot of pressure on Clones. But Make You Happy just sitting up on this high ground, putting out a ton of damage. And all Clones has to do is play his life. Aaron is going to get isolated by Dorito. As there is still a Diva very much alive on this point. And Clones is not in a very healthy position. A ton of damage coming out onto him. And this is a tough spot to be if you're Team Rocket. This is looking... Yeah, this looks like a Tactical Panda victory to me.
It sure does. Oh, wow.
Nerf this.
I can
Just
say.
like that, Tactical Panda bring our series to a 1-2. This is exactly what we hope to see from these teams. Tactical Panda, despite going down 2-0 in the second round of this tournament, have come to play.
I gotta say, I'm really glad I showed up in time for this because, wow, this is the match. This is a great match.
Just some,
Not the Blizzard I was expecting to see to play the game, but well done, Jorge.
you know, I think it's because the Diva flew off, so it was an environmental kill.
Oh, it was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
But yeah, definitely, you know, that whole map, I was a little blown away, I'm not going to lie. Sun Solaire, this May play was so clean. You know, even we had Jorge investing a wall early there in that last fight, you know, missed it. And then Sun Solaire just didn't even waste any time. He was like, it doesn't need to be the perfect wall. It just needs to put enough pressure out to cause a little bit of chaos.
Right.
And it just seemed huge. The value coming out from Sun Solaire on the May, Dorito on the Diva, and let's not forget, you know, Taztain has been incredibly consistent throughout this series. Incredibly consistent. You know, both of these teams are just trading blows left and right. This has been a very fun match to watch so far.
Yeah, like I said, not even 5 seconds ago, I'm glad I showed up for this. Now, if you and the viewers recall from the semifinal match between Rocket and Everfrost, what did we see from the defense from Team Rocket? Give us a little recap there, buddy.
We saw what was it? A Mercy Baptiste,
Uh-huh.
Winston Arisa, and
Uh-huh.
Junkrat Farah.
We sure did. We sure did.
It was something. You know,
Hey,
it
you
was
are
one of those
exactly
really
right in that
out there
description.
compositions. And I don't think we'll see it tonight. I don't think we'll see it tonight.
You don't think
'Cause
so?
It almost seemed like it was tailor made to beat Double Bubble. And maybe if Tactical Panda rolls out the Double Bubble, maybe that's what they're accounting for. Is like people like to run Double Bubble on this point, so we'll do that. Maybe we'll see it again. But also, I don't know. It seems like when you're down 1-2, you might not go for such a cheeky composition. You're probably going to want to play it safe. And I'm curious to see if Team Rocket is going to play it safe here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's the way the game that they're playing. I think that they are absolutely 100% going to run that.
All right, well, place your bets.
Now, Tactical Panda, their Double Bubble was very good. Now, would you say the Tactical Panda's Double Bubble is better than Everfrost's?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't get an opportunity to watch the match between Tactical Panda and Everfrost, and that's kind of the kickers. It's a difficult metric to find. Is their Double Bubble better when you don't get to see him in the mirror? I do think,
but you have seen them play the same team.
Yes, they have been playing Team Rocket, but I also feel like a lot of their success hasn't even necessarily been from just the Double Bubble. It's also just been the fact that they are showing they have the pieces for Rush.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't play Double Bubble on Kings. That was Team Rocket's map to lose.
Yeah.
Team Rocket brought them there. They were like, all right, then we'll play our game. We'll play Brawl. And Tactical Panda met them there. And they were like, hey, we see you. We hear you. You are valid, but also get out of our lobby.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that 100%. But yeah, I am excited to see if Team Rocket does roll out with that spam comp, what Tactical Panda is going to do, if they are going to stick with the Double Bubble, because it could be good, it could work. We saw it didn't work out very well for Everfrost during that semifinals, or if they play some sort of rush and just move on them and make them rotate, or what they're gonna do. And look at that, I told you.
All right, well, I was wrong. I admit it here live.
But let's see.
Live on the air.
I'm really proud of you for that. Let's see if Tactical Panda did any scouting. Do you think that they were looking back at the VODs here and saying, hey, they have a propensity to run this comp, we're gonna run something that, might mess it up? Do you think that what you're seeing on the screen now has the ability to do that?
I do think with Ball Pig. Oh, I think we might see some swaps. We did see Crispy swap off the rig.
This is interesting. I think
it looks like they're going for a scout from Taztane, just figuring out what's being played. Yeah, Taztane.
He's just looking around. He's looking around going, oh, this is interesting. Okay, I'm out of here.
And they have decided to roll out with the Double Bubble, but Sunsolaire over to the Farah.
Interesting.
Taztane on. That's interesting, definitely. Yes. Playing the mutual Pharmacy. Probably trying to hopefully keep the Pharmacy's attention in the air instead of on the ground.
Right.
Oh, and Sunsolaire immediately takes down Jorge.
He says, not my house.
And goes so far as to deny the Resurrect from Gorbacheese. That is an absolutely huge amount of value coming out from Sunsolaire. Wacky does fall to make you happy, but this is still a good place to be if you're Tactical Panda. Doritos up here on the high ground, shelling out damage. Make you happy goes deep trying to make a play, but ultimately gets punished by Wacky fresh off the res from Crispy. Now Dorito just chilling here on the objective. Just ticking it up slowly. Is going to hop off to chase a couple more kills, but wow. Sunsolaire coming up very large, very early in that fight.
This guy over here, well, check that out. Now that's an interesting way to play a Double Bubble into that crazy cheese comp. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with how Tactical Panda is playing tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking very clean and making some very, like, smart decisions, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, Sunslayer was like, I can take that Pharaoh duel. This will be fine.
Oh, he's in there.
Sunslayer finds Jorge and Kamehameha with their rocket barrage. Does get punished by Make You Happy, but is instantly rezzed by Crispy, and that is 6 bodies. Make that 5 bodies as Rain Blast falls to Clones. Clones popping the Primal Rage, just trying to buy time for their team. That is a lot of damage to take on the objective. Jorge comes in to try and help out, clean up these kills. And it does look like they're going to stop Tactical Panda in their tracks here as Dorita falls.
Oh, man, that's
The
gotta
Sunslayer
feel...
is going to take one more for good measure.
That's gotta feel really bad. All of that, and they didn't even get 1 tick. Fucking 2 CP, man.
Changing position.
That is the life. 2 CP Omega lol. And a lot of resources invested there, actually, on the side of Tactical Panda. It looked like a barrage, a pulse bomb, and both support ultimates wasn't enough. Also a Primal Rage. 5 ults. Unfortunate. Ooh, Wacky leaps in and gets immediately slept. Antied by Kamehameha, taking a ton of damage, and Jorge's coming around to clean things up on this Echo. And that's just a reset go again, because that is unfortunate, my friends.
Oh, Jorge's doing work on this Echo here.
Yeah, putting out an absolute metric ton of damage. And that's the thing about Echo, is they swapped off of the Pharah Mercy when Sunslayer came in and was like, I rule the skies.
Jorge says, no, no, no.
Jorge was like, okay, that's fine, but I have sticky bombs and a focusing beam, so you lose, you know? Pharah wants to play slow. Pharah wants to play in a composition that Echo does not give a composition time.
Yeah.
She's like, they're both very pokey, but Echo just deletes something from the game, and at that point you lost.
Right. Yeah, it looks like it might be time for Afara to take a seat on the bench.
Wacky is eating sleeps like cornflakes. Having a difficult time getting in. Sunslayer is going to pop the rocket barrage and ultimately kill himself as Clones throws the body at them. Or was that Jorge? It was Jorge, actually. He copied Monkey.
That's funny.
Sunslayer is in the backline here on Kamehameha, trying to make something happen, but once again, it's too little too late. And you gotta wonder if Solaire here is going to look for a hero swap.
Oh, he's got to. He has to.
And it does look
there
like
it is.
Solaire over to the Kree. That is a solid swap, in my opinion. My humble caster's opinion.
your humble plat opinion.
You know, get something to click on Jorge, because
Yeah,
Jorge's running the lobby right now.
100%. And they switch over to the Brig as well. So good swaps coming here.
Yeah, definitely looking to punish, and ultimately, I would like to point out that Make You Happy has barely had to play the video game thus far this match. They've just kind of been existing.
And that's what Orisa does best. Oh no.
Clones. Clones goes deep.
Destroyed.
That is a lot of damage.
Yo, he got annihilated like
Wacky getting the
1500
nano
damage.
boost, trying to force out this Orisa, but she's going to pop that Fortify. A huge anti-nade followed by Tastain's Pulse Bomb on that grab. It's going to be so easy to just clean that up. Take it out of the equation, as Wacky does finally manage to dodge a Sleep Dart. But will it be enough? It doesn't seem like anyone's been able to kill Make You Happy thus far, and just as I say it, he finally dies, but still, is it too little too late? Sunslayer falls to Arin.
Still no
And Clones
ticks.
is desperately trying to go in and clean it up. But
Still
ultimately,
no
you're
ticks.
only 3 people. Make that 4 as Lucio gets
There's
in.
one.
They will finally get a tick.
Oh, good. Stop the res. That's a close
Make You
one.
Happy's back on the objective, already popping Fortify, trying to stay alive, taking a ton of damage from the Zarya in their back. But biding so much time for their team, as now Wacky is back on the Wrecking Ball, desperately trying to contribute to this fight. It does look like Team Rocket is in a position to clean this up, though, unless this High Noon finds Gorbacheese. Gorbacheese unable to touch, and that is going to be Tactical Panda closing it out with 38 seconds remaining.
With time on the clock, but I mean, they had, what, 5 minutes or something like that. How much time do they have going into second point? But seriously,
A lot.
make you happy. Just that SpongeBob meme that we all know. He's just standing there menacingly.
You know, and ultimately not being focused very hard. You know, it seems like he pops that fortify, and then people are like, oh, well, we'll just go shoot something else. But then they don't remember to like actually go clean him up when fortify goes off onto cooldown.
Yeah, I did notice that. But I mean, Orisa, while standing there, not only does she provide a shield, she provides a lot of damage, a surprising amount of damage. I don't know. It seemed like it took a lot more time than it should have. But hey, it is what it is. We can
You know,
move
you
on.
take those.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're not going to shoot you and just let you shoot them in the back for a really long time, you take that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it did seem like Dorito finally kind of got the picture and was like, I don't care that this is a fortified Orisa. I'm going to keep my high energy beam on her. Finally focus her down.
And he did. And Make You Happy just stood there and said, okay, if you want to. But I mean, what more was he
It's
going to do?
basically an invincibility button,
Yeah,
more or less.
I mean,
It does look like we have a
50%
double bubble rollout from Team Rocket here, as Aaron looking possibly for a bit of a cheeky pick off the Widow.
I love that angle.
That is a tremendous angle, but Rain Blessed not fully peeking it.
Bounce on
Is
Solera.
now Clone's going deep, getting the bubble from Make You Happy, going to stay alive here. The Wacky up onto Aaron. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot done on top of that arch there, Aaron.
Yeah, it's going to be real rough
You know,
with
Wacky's
that.
going to have your number, and just as we say it, you know, Aaron swapping over to this Tracer is like, yeah, I've identified that for myself, thank you. Your Rain Bless just hard scoped up on this high ground. Finally forced out by a little bit of echo damage from Jorge, but Jorge falls.
Aaron sneaking up on him. Nope, he knows he's there. Now what are they going to do? They're just going to stare at each other. Oh, he almost
Missed
got him.
the
That was
sneak
out.
guard.
Oh, the
As
sports.
Aaron is going to try to get out, but now the Tracer battle. Ooh, Aaron cleans up
Oh.
Taztain. It's a nice little exit frag. This could be Aaron's opportunity. It does look like they're going to get focused by Wacky up on this high ground. Will it be enough? You know, they're just taking a bunch of attention.
Yeah, Aaron. Might be the factor here.
Nano onto Wacky as he goes deep for this Mercy. Does manage to find Gorbacheese. Aaron cleans up the enemy team's Mercy as well, and the Ana. Aaron is absolutely running a train on this backline. But Taztain does clean up, Make You Happy with the Pulse Bomb. And this is looking pretty good for Tactical Panda. Honestly, you've still got the tools alive that you need to hold this point. Dorito's mech has fallen a little low, but ultimately, you know, your Mercy's finally back. You're going to get topped. Darn. That seemed like a really good opportunity for Team Rocket here.
Yeah, I think that the Mercy trade was pretty good, but then Aaron just kept killing. He kept getting those kills in there, and I thought that I was going to be able to change it, but Wacky and Dorito said, not today. So come back in here with another minute 40 on the clock.
Heroes never die.
All right, Valkyrie coming out from Crispy to put out a bunch of heals. Mutually matched by Gorbachee's Valkyrie. Ooh, but Team Rocket just losing so many pieces so early. And that is just a rough trade. It does look like they are going to have a couple of tools to still be able to take this point coming in here with a minute remaining. Clones, it's possible they get another Primal Rage here.
I think that, I think Make You Happy either needs to grab the monkey immediately when he jumps in, or they need to hit the Ash and Mercy and just take them out of the equation.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Take down the monkey. And that looks like exactly what Make You Happy is going to do. Just take out Wacky right away.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. So they got that second monkey pressuring the high ground right now.
Falls to Taztain in the back line. Kamehameha as well. An absolutely huge set of picks from this Tracer player. As now Team Rocket still trying to clean up this objective, but Crispy is just all alone on the high ground, just getting the heals off. Manages to find the res onto Rain Blast just before getting Pulse Bombed. Arin's just trying their best to keep this one alive, getting the pack from their Brig. That is a ton of sustain for Tracer, but Gorbacheese is playing too close and is ultimately going to get taken down by Wacky. Wacky, Nanoed, and Sleepy. As now, desperately trying to get onto the point. Team Rocket rolling out with the ball. Make You Happy, trying to put enough damage onto Rain Blast. Anti-nade onto Clones. He is going to pop the Primal Rage, trying to keep this fight alive. And now things are getting scrappy on the objective. Nobody's touching. Overtime with ticking down. But Jorge falling to Sun Solaire there, that's actually huge. You lose that Echo, you lose so much of your cleanup potential. And another Valkyrie coming out from Crispy is going to provide exactly what Tactical Panda needs to close out this map and close out the series. And Tactical Panda sending Team Rocket blasting off again into a double header. That is wild.
Oh man, this I gotta say, I wouldn't say. Okay, let me start that over again. Congratulations, Tactical Panda, coming from the bottom, and now we're here. Putting us into double elimination territory. That's what we love to see about this tournament. Wow, what a really fantastic first series. I wasn't expecting it. I thought Team Rocket was going to be able to do it. I hadn't seen much of Tactical Panda's play, but boy, oh boy, was that fun to watch.
You know, that was wow. Just absolutely wow. I'm a little blown away. I had said it in the cast before you got here, AJ, but I had said, hey, the order of the maps is going to be a little different. You know, what we've seen throughout the tourney thus far has been Control into 2CP, but rather we got to see Control into Hybrid and Payload and then 2CP.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you know, 2CP still looked really strong from Tactical Panda there. It was good stuff.
Yeah, that was very, very good.
It looks like they came to play. They are hungry for the $200, and not just the $200, but the redemption arc.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a good story. There's nothing better than a good story, I'll tell you that. Looks like the teams right now are deciding on how long our small break is going to be between the first and second match, because as I said earlier, this is a double elimination bracket, and Team Rocket hasn't lost a match up until this very point. So you guys were witness to their first losses, which was, you know, pretty impressive to see from Tactical Panda. We've seen that Dorito, Sun Solaire, Wacky, Taztane, Crispy, and Rain Blessed are here to play. But if you don't want to hear us blab around for the next 15 minutes, 9:45 is when the second match is going to be starting. That's EST. So if you do want to head away from the cast, we will see you back here then. But for now, I think I'm going to hand it to Ariel to tell us what our plan is for the break.
And I'm actually going to step away to get some water, because we are going into a second match with the possibility for many maps.
For a third? No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome back, everybody. Ariel here once again with Otel and Professor AJ, and we got ourselves a match. Let's go. This was definitely something we were looking forward to. The first one, Tactical Panda over Team Rocket 3-1 after being sent down to the lower bracket by Team Rocket earlier in the tournament with a 2-0 sweep. So some really exciting stuff. How are you guys feeling about this?
I gotta tell you, I am so incredibly excited, as I was for the first match, for the second match. Now, Tactical Panda had to come all the way back after losing, and they didn't drop, I don't think, a single map on their way back up to the top. Otel?
I mean, it's got to be pointed out that both of these teams have made it through our tourney with one loss on their record thus far. You know, if last match was the grand finals, this is the grand finals. You know, both of these teams have lost one time, and it is to one another.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
that's a crazy story.
It's as close as it can get. The cream of the crop have raised to the top, and we are witnessing some really fun, exciting Overwatch.
I agree 100%. Now, after playing 4 maps in our first best of 5 grand finals round 1, and our grand finals round 2, we are doing another best of 5. But this time, we are going to be switching it up just a little bit. Instead of starting off on Nepal, we are going to be going to Busan first. We are also going to be kind of contouring our map picks. We aren't going to be picking any of the same maps that they played in the first match, but we are going to be playing different maps throughout this second grand final. We also want to mention that this is Encore's inaugural kickoff tournament, and we are so happy to have you all here. We only had 5 teams participate initially in this kickoff event, but we are hoping that with you guys out here on Twitch, with our viewers, with our players, that we can get more teams in here for our actual event. Yeah, we are just so happy to have you guys here. So happy to have our teams here and have this incredible grand finals for you. But here we are, heading into our first map on Busan. What are you looking to see here in our grand finals first map?
Well, I mean, we're on Busan Sanctuary, I believe is this one.
Indeed.
So I'm looking for, I mean, I'm not disappointed from Team Rocket. I was like, I'm actually expecting the pig from Make You Happy. You know,
Yeah,
we've seen it so
Same.
far from Make You Happy on these control maps. But it does look like we're seeing that back to the drawing board, back to the double bubble for Tactical Panda here.
I'm thinking the same.
And
It's just for TP.
I'm not
They're going to go
surprised,
Tracer.
but I'm also not upset about it.
No, not at all. This is going to be very interesting to watch, because who is Tactical Panda going to dive on here? Huh? They're going to get all the way to the
Aaron's
on.
on the legs.
I love it. I love it.
Locking the legs, trying to make something happen here. And it does look like Tactical Panda are going to get control of this top drum. Thus far, ooh, Aaron getting caught out by Wacky and Taztane on the flank.
Interesting.
And it doesn't look like Gorbachev wants to go for that resurrect, but getting anti, they're so low, do manage to get out with their life there. But those are opening picks going in favor of Tactical Panda here. You know, playing this double bubble very clean. You know, getting that pick onto Aaron very early, Wacky and Taztane, such coordination, you really love to see it.
Yeah, I think one of the major strengths of Double Bubble is this 4-stack, the Kree, the Ana, the Brig, and the Zarya playing together and keeping whatever it is that Team Rocket wants to do at bay.
Indeed, and now, you know, point flipped for Tactical Panda. It is in their control, but ultimately having a bit of difficulty with this double bubble comp, actually putting bodies on the point, as Make You Happy is just going to sit here and look for the punish on Wacky, but a nano boost onto Taztane. Going to mean a lot of damage coming out from this Tracer. But it might be a little too late, as Jorge does manage to find a kill on a Rain Bless, and Make You Happy comes up big that fight. I believe he found 2 at least.
Yeah, that was a big pick to start things off with Sun Solaire because he was really integral in stopping the dive in from the Hammond, but without him, it's going to be a real hard time.
Solaire finds Jorge, covers the res with the high noon to take down Gorbachev. And those are the exact picks you want. But Wacky going in deep does get punished by Clones. Clones, oh, the mines catching Tastain's recall.
Oh no.
Unlucky. As Point still in possession of Team Rocket here with
Dorito
what I
said
would
no.
argue is a very survivable comp. You know, they have a lot of stall power here. And as Gorbachev brings Make You Happy back into the fray, popping that Valkyrie, this is exactly where Team Rocket want to be. Wacky is in deep, taking a ton of damage before jumping out onto Kamehameha. And Wacky eating another sleep. Love to see it. Kamehameha very on point with these sleep darts, you know, keeping himself alive when Gorbachev doesn't have time to.
Now, like I wanted to say this a little bit earlier. I think that Team Rocket wants to play in the chaos, and Tactical Panda wants to play a little bit of more of an organized fight with the double bubble here. And as you saw in that really extended fight there, you know, Team Rocket's chaos was able to overcome the double bubble.
Make You Happy is the Joker. He's an agent of chaos. He's playing for these picks on the Roadhog, and with a sweep onto Dorito, it doesn't look like they managed to land the hook there. But an anti-nade from Kamehameha, keeping this Winston Tracer at bay for a little while longer. As now Wacky going in deep with the Primal Rage finds Kamehameha, batting people around, manages to clean up Aaron despite not really focusing on him. And now he's just batting Make You Happy around. But at 99 to 40, you know, if you're Team Rocket, that's not a fight you hate losing. You know,
Yeah.
that was to be expected.
Yeah, they got out 2 ults there, so I think it was totally worthwhile.
And now you just have to push up your anime glasses, unlock 100% of your power, and take the point one time. That's all that's left to do.
Yeah, pretty much. They can take this one dry and go in with ults next fight.
Take it in dry if you manage to make a fight happen fast enough.
This is true.
Does
This
look like Aaron out on this flank again, going to get focused hard by Wacky and
Ouch.
Tastain. Just so much coordination. You could see the wheels turning in Wacky's head as he called for that dive.
Oh, Wacky
But
almost didn't make it out
ultimately-
there.
And ultimately, I mean, that's going to be that dry fight, but ultimately not a whole lot gained.
Yeah,
for
not much
Tactical
gain
Panda
there
there.
at all. Not much at all. And exactly as you said, if they are even able to take a fight, and Tactical Panda said, no, no, no. No fight for you.
For Team Rocket, I mean, sorry. Not much gain for Team Rocket.
Exactly.
But it does look like Aaron will be having a tactical visor this fight if he doesn't get immediately taken out. Ooh, a pulse bomb onto Kamehameha. That is actually huge. Anna immediately out of the fight as Aaron's looking for an opportunity to use this tactical visor.
And
Going
Aaron's
to
shut
get
down.
cleaned up by the high noon from Sun Solaire. And now Make You Happy on this point, popping a whole hog, is going to fall to Rain Blessed. Gorbachev's going to bring him back into the fight. Point has flipped in favor of Team Rocket as now they play for the long fight. They just have to play to live here. Just bide time until their teammates get back. But a nano boost onto Dorito is going to leave them very few options as Aaron falls. And with Make You Happy unable to heal, that is going to make Pig a easy target to clean up. And now it's just Gorbachev's keeping it alive. The Tactical Panda playing that so cleanly. Tastain landing a absolutely clutch pulse bomb onto Kamehameha at the break of that fight to just completely deny them the possibility of a nano boost.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. I mean, to be fair, he was at 33% and a very long way off the nano boost, but still, really,
he
really
ended at
really
77 is what I'm saying. You know,
right.
like, if he
All right,
were
got it.
alive, I think he would have hit it. You know,
Yeah.
Kamehameha has been pumping out healing.
No, you are absolutely right. So, I apologize. But
Never
if
speak
this...
to me or my son ever again.
Okay. So, if that first map is what the rest of this second grand finals is going to be, holy moly, we're in for it.
And that's the thing, is that we are on a fresh set, but these teams are not on fresh energy
Yeah,
or
they're
mental
already
state.
4 maps in.
This is going to be more so... The first match was a question of skill. The second is a question of gas. Who's got the fuel
Yeah.
in the tank to keep going?
I mean, we do do love that redemption arc, so...
It does look like advantageous position taken by Tactical Panda here. A wall coming out from Sun Solaire to isolate half of Team Rocket here. And both lamps getting traded out, but no kills falling either way. Sun Solaire does fall low. The Doomfist looking for the kill. Jorge finds him, but Rain Blast is going to clean up Jorge, and Taztain takes out Kamehameha. And kills going back and forth. It is a 3 versus 4 currently, and it does look like Tactical Panda with an advantage here. As they work to clean up Gorbachev and take first flip of this point.
That was real scrappy. At first, when I saw the Doom drop down, I thought that he was doing well. And then the Ryan dropped down behind him, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. This is not good.
I mean, you killed the Mei. That's something.
True.
All right. Earthshatter coming out from Clones is blocked by Wacky, but Wacky getting battered around by this Doomfist. Going to fall, and Kamehameha cleans up Taztain, who is attempting the high noon, trying to claw this one back, but that is a decisive team fight win from Team Rocket.
That was quick.
This is a point flip that, I mean, we saw it last round. They went for a quick point flip. The question is going to be, can they hold?
Yeah, that was quick. That was real fast, and all they had to use there was Window and Shatter. That's pretty good.
Looks like Tactical Panda going immediately for the lower, not even trying some kind of fake for Tom.
Uh-oh.
They do a window to Fire Strike, hits Jorge, and he falls to like no damage at all.
Oof.
That is unfortunate. But with a high noon taking out Taztain, this is an even fight currently. And now the fight getting a little scrappy on point. Make You Happy is helping with a lot of damage to clean up Wacky. And this does look like Team Rocket is stabilizing here. Knocking that Diva off the side of the stage and going to hold on to control of this point, ticking up ever further past 50%.
Yeah, that beat from Gorbachev's, able to keep those 4 members alive without Kamehameha was absolutely crucial. A really, really great beat there from Gorbachev's.
Hold on, that was a 4 ult fight for Panda. And a 1 ult fight for Rocket. That is
That's great.
Ooh, but Wacky coming in with a multi-man shatter.
Oh my god, the Qs.
Window coming out from Kamehameha, gonna be a ton of damage as Make You Happy with the Flux is gonna catch Crispy.
Well, as you said, there was a 1 ult fight. Well, they just used 5 to win that one.
I was just complimenting you guys.
I think everybody got a little too excited on that one and pressed Q at the exact same time.
You know, if it's blue, AJ, if it's blue, press Q. Does look like another window coming out from Rainbust here. Taztain very close to a high noon, possibly able to build it up here with the assistance of this window.
They might get the point flip for free here. They do.
They do give them the point flip, but they're more focused on taking the actual fight. Taztain and Crispy already fell. And now Aaron and Kamehameha up on top. Wacky finds Kamehameha with the Fire Strike and is going to clean up Aaron as well.
Just couldn't land those right clicks, man.
Gets cleaned up by a Fire Strike from Clones, and now just desperately trickling onto point. This does look like Team Rocket has what they need. And the Earth Shatter onto Dorito from Clones is going to be the deciding factor here. As now you're desperately trying to touch the point, but Clones' hammer says no. And Crispy is unable to get on the objective.
So one of the things that we are seeing from the first match is the difference in off tanks. We are seeing yet again Make You Happy play the Sigma and Dorito prefer the Diva or Zarya. But I think that Jorge was also able to make a huge difference. Playing that Doomfist, moving around the Reinhardt with the punches and being able to come in from different angles with his E, with his uppercut. He was able to get a lot done on that map.
Well, that's just the thing, is like I've talked so far in this final series about how Make You Happy on that Sigma can be identified as an easy rush target. But the moment you have a Doomfist able to run interference, you know, just that hard int onto the Sigma becomes a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like both teams now, as we open on City Center, are jockeying for this Mega. Aaron does manage to take out Sunsolaire. That's a big pick coming out from Aaron on the Tracer. As now not only do they have control of the Mega, they are taking control of the fight. Dorita falls to make you happy. And one by one, this kill feed is filled with blue names killing red names.
Check that out. Jorge's already got 75% on his EMP. He's gonna
that
have this.
Sombra is holding left click.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
And they're going to have an EMP for second fight here. That could be another one ultimate fight with nothing online, nothing even really close to being online aside from a Primal Rage from Wacky.
I think he's gonna be the target. Look at that. Jorge just doing it, man.
Jorge, 90%. He does have to
98.
translocate out, and with clones falling to Wacky, this is Tactical Panda's opportunity to
but
make
he's
a fight,
hacked.
but
He's
Wacky
hacked.
gets hacked during his Primal Rage, and is ultimately just a big old ult battery. Cheese barely still alive. Actually, a huge hack coming out from Jorge there.
Absolutely.
Tactical Panda
Nothing wrong
attempts to
with
keep
that,
things going, but with the Primal Rage coming out from clones, that is a lot of isolation power. Ooh, a huge biotic grenade coming out from Kamehameha onto Tactical Panda. And with that grab, that should be the spike. This should get cleaned up.
You're making this easy.
And that's what I'm talking about. That is a nice cleanup from Team Rocket here.
Yeah, they
You
did
know,
have
it
to
really
invest.
does seem like Team Rocket was a little taken off guard last match, you know? But
I
they
think
took
so.
that 15 minutes, they've reset, and they're like, okay, guys, we got to focus up, and we got to win. Because they are playing very aggressive, they're playing very decisive right now. I like to see it. They drop the EMP in the alley. Jorge gets immediately punished by the damage from Wacky.
I think that might have been too early.
Yeah, maybe getting a little overzealous there.
Uh-oh.
Dorito drops a Graviton Surge onto Clones to help Sunsolaire confirm that kill. And with Taztane dropping a Pulse Bomb to kill Kamehameha, this does look like Tactical Panda's opportunity to flip this point. But 99, not quite. Looks like a, oh yes, 99-0. It looks
Yeah.
like things are looking pretty good for Team Rocket here. Like I said, they just
Yeah.
got to play patient.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that EMP. I mean, he was sitting on it for a while, for a couple fights there, but it looked like he just went a little bit too early.
You know, it was a fat EMP, but it wasn't in a good position for your team to follow up. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
Clones with another Primal Rage coming out in this fight, going really deep, looking
Yeah, he
to
thinks-
isolate Sunsolaire.
thinks it's
Taking a
winnable.
little too much damage, has to hop out. Sunsolaire popping the high noon, finds Jorge. And now that looks like Team Rocket just deciding, hey, we need to get out, let's build Nano.
Yeah, I'm
Take
not
it
so
slow.
sure. I'm not so sure if that Primal was exactly needed to initiate the fight there. I think that they could have, kind of just like we said, just stockpile ultimates and press all you can use to win the fight.
Well, I don't think Clones got a bubble
Ah,
on that leap. So ultimately, I think the Primal Rage was a response to
Good
the
grab.
possibility of flashbang. But the grab coming out from Make You Happy to find Wacky. Taztane and Dorito do not care. They're going to clean up Make You Happy and Kamehameha. Ooh, and a late rally coming out from Gorbachev. Will it be enough? Crispy answers with their own rally. And this rally is ultimately stacking armor on 4 targets. You know, Gorbachev's waiting a little too long to pop that rally. And if they just got it, you got to save it.
oh, this
That is a
looks like it's falling
unfortunate
apart.
loss.
It looks like it's falling apart here for Team Rocket.
Yeah, it does seem like things are getting a little bit desperate, like they're not saving up for that big alt fight.
They got a grab pulse combo coming up here on side of Tactical Panda.
Yeah, Dorito looking for a big grab this fight, possibly onto the back line, maybe onto a tank. Could go either way. Pulse bomb. Ooh,
Onto the shield.
dodging the pulse from Aaron. So very
gets that
clean
grab.
use of the barrier there from Crispy.
Gotta love it.
And now with the nano onto the Tracer, that is a lot of damage. And Aaron just desperately trying to keep it alive. That is the second time we've seen them get it to 99 and kind of flounder. Tactical
Yeah.
Panda just playing a bit of a, cleaner game.
Yeah, Tactical
On
Panda
Busan
taking the
there.
first map. Nice work, nice work. Like we said, I think it might have just been a little bit of a lapse in judgment here of, hey, hey, it's 99-0. All we got to do is just build up our ultimates and draw out theirs. You know, we just got to make sure to pressure them. But they kind of went in and staggered one at a time. It was looking really good on downtown for a while, and then it just didn't.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking like possibly Team Rocket feeling a little antsy. You know, probably
Possibly.
didn't expect to drop the last match, and I think it's showing. You know, maybe they're running out of gas a little bit here.
It's entirely possible. I know, you know.
But ultimately, you get a 99-0. It's almost always a case of let's just save for 6 ultimates. Like,
Right. Or you know,
you've ultimately got like maybe 3, if you're quick, 4 fights from a 0 to 100%.
Yeah,
And ultimately, I think they just needed to build more efficiently. Like, it seemed
Yeah.
like they were trying too hard to make a play with 1 ultimate rather than just, you know, go in, build 6, and just, you know, because a flood of 6 ultimates is a really difficult thing to win against.
right. And I mean, just going in and fighting, knowing that you're not going to use an ult unless you get a pick, unless you see that advantage present itself in front of you. I think that they really needed to look for those plays rather than the plays that they made. Which, you know, looking from the outside in is one way to say it, but you know, who are we if not speculators? But in this grand finals matchup, we are not going to be playing any of the same maps that we played earlier. So for Escort, we are not going to be heading to Watchpoint Gibraltar. We are going to be heading to Rialto. And one of the things that I know I'm looking forward on Rialto is perhaps some Widow, maybe some Pharah. What are you looking forward to see here, Otel?
You know, we have seen the Widow come out a little bit from each of these teams, but ultimately, Widow is a very fragile hero, and with how much Monkey we've been seeing, I wouldn't be surprised if they avoid it in favor of the Ashe, you know, something with a little bit more health, a little bit more, like, still plenty of range.
Maneuverability,
but ultimately,
perhaps.
the ability to survive a Monkey dive, because, like, Monkey can just 100% take Widow out of the fight.
Oh, for sure.
Ever since that 25 health nerf on Widow,
Yeah.
it's just like as a hit scan player, it's like if I have a Monkey who's determined to ruin my game, I just swap.
Yeah, because there's no point. There's just no point to do that. But it looks like we are just about ready here to head into Rialto. Now, Double Bubble, obviously incredibly prominent right now. Do you think we're going to have a mirror matchup, or do you think Team Rocket is going to go for more of a poke comp here?
You know, I
as we've
wouldn't
seen
be
them be
surprised.
prone to
I
do.
wouldn't be surprised to see Make You Happy back on the Sigma. This first point of Rialto especially can be very strong for Sigma. Lots of
Right.
walls to bounce your projectiles off of. It's very difficult for the attacking team to simply push forward when you just have a ton of damage.
Right. I think it's going to be obviously a fight for the high ground if they do end up playing the double shield or whatever it is that they play against the double bubble. I think it's going to make sure that they need to prevent them from getting the high ground. But we've got another 20 seconds to continue speculating. Who the heck knows? I know I'm really excited to see Rialto. It's definitely one of my favorite maps. Not just because of the comps that can be played at it, because it also looks really, really good.
I agree. You know, personally, big fan of the aesthetic,
But hey,
the Italiano aesthetic.
absolutely. But here we are, Sun Solaire playing that Pharah, and it looks like we're just going to get a rush comp here, possibly from Team Rocket.
And you know, that doesn't surprise me. It really does seem like Make You Happy is playing for this comfort
Oh,
pick.
they're
of
going for the
Sigma.
pulse hold. They're going for the close hold. They gotta be quiet.
A lovely day for field
Oh, Monkey's
research.
listening though. Wacky knows something's up.
Hello.
Definitely a bold strategy. Gonna attempt to
I-
hold them in spawn for as long as possible. But Sun
Yeah.
Solaire onto the pharmacy. This could throw a wrench into the plans
Yeah.
of Team Rocket.
Oh, they know. Yeah, I think the bar is gonna throw a wrench right in this.
Ooh, a biotic grenade forces the lamp out from Kamehameha. Jorge's wall goes up and is immediately dropped, not finding any real value there. As now the cart does start rolling forward and Team Rocket has been forced into this corner.
Oh, jeez.
And you thought that you were going to go for the spawn camp, but instead you just kind of made yourself like fish in a barrel. And Sun Solaire, already with their ultimate online, did a ton of damage.
Yeah, Wacky nearly has a primal as well. Oh my gosh.
That is a...
I think that backfired.
You tried it, and you found out, you know? You messed around.
He backed around, I think that puts it simply. But Jorge on the Echo here, he did really well against Sun Solaire on the Pharah last time we saw this, so we've got
That being said, the
hopes.
last time that we saw this matchup, he did have a Mercy. It is a huge difference in this matchup. It does look like Team Rocket jumping into this small mini room here. They are going to clean up Wacky, and this could be their opportunity to close out this fight and get a solid defense going. Also,
Yeah,
I would just like to say, make you happy. You've made me happy because you're finally playing Diva.
Just way to call him out like that.
Well, I think he knows that it has to happen, especially with Sun
Yeah.
Solaire on this Pharah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adjusting angle of
So
attack.
you really think that Jorge's going to have a much more difficult time dealing with this Pharah because he's unpocketed?
I mean, ultimately, it's harder to get him to half.
True.
Unless you land like a full stickies, but that's a tough thing to do on a Pharah.
Yeah.
Let them up. Fully healed. Don't move.
Good window position here.
Cassian goes for the pulse, but gets canceled. Wacky does manage to clean up Aaron before they can get value out of their high noon. But ultimately, it's still a 5v5 here. Wacky deep in the back line, looking for a kill onto Gorbachev. Going to get smacked around a little bit by clones, but is it enough? Jorge gets cleaned up by Rain Blessed. And ultimately make you happy taking Sun Solaire out of this means that they are down big on damage. Make you happy just chilling here. He does manage to eat the Graviton from Dorito. A huge play for Make You Happy.
That
And
big
now
flick.
Crispy with the Valkyrie, attempting to give enough healing and damage to their team to finally close this one out. But a three-man bomb for Make You Happy! Oh my god, thank you! Thank you for playing Diva!
I hope that you were watching
Where has
that
this
bomb.
been?
I hope that you were watching that bomb because he shoved that in on the second floor there, and it just like bounced around all the walls and just sat itself on the platform outside. Oh, that was so much fun to watch.
You know, he finally whips out the Diva, and instantly we're seeing some huge plays from Make You Happy. You know, a crucial eat on that Graviton Surge, and then a three-man bomb to follow it up. Absolutely massive plays from this off-tank player. As it does look like Clones is going to solo shatter Dorito, take him out early, don't let him build another grab.
I mean, why not?
And Jorge's gonna fall, but is it really gonna matter? Crispy does get the Resurrect onto Sun Solaire, so a lot of damage coming back into this fight for Tactical Panda, and this does look like their opportunity to cap the first point here. Kind of depends on, Make You Happy is going to get slept. Unable to contest the cart.
Oh, they're gonna stagger him. They're gonna stagger him big here. Oh no, they're not.
And it does look like that's going to be the first point cap for Tactical Panda. You know, things looking really great for Team Rocket there for a bit.
Okay.
Clones goes
Cool.
deep.
He's in. He's gonna stagger himself. Oh, rip those guys. That's
Looks
a
like a
lot of
tactical
free.
feed to me.
Yeah, that's
It
a
might be
real.
a tactical feed.
Yeah.
Sacrifice
this-
the body for the team.
This is not looking good. I think that if Sun Solaire is able to get another kill here, then it's going to be a lot of cart progress.
Ooh,
Oh.
Jorge finally taking down Sun Solaire, found him without his mercy. And this is the
nice.
opportunity that Team Rocket needs.
Check that out.
Valkyrie coming out from Crispy, but a high noon from Aaron to answer. He is going to pull early. Gorbachev finds Rain Bless with a boop into the river.
Burrito
And now
no
it's
man's
Clones,
land.
another Earth Shatter in the pocket. He's going to get tickled by this Tracer. But he's ultimately going to have to kind of just chill out. Cannot chase that.
No sir, not today.
And now this right here, this is a tough spot to be. You have
Yes.
to cross this bridge as Tactical Panda.
And what's more, even just crossing the bridge, an incredibly difficult spot for Pharmacy because there's just so much open space here.
Ooh, the bomb coming out. Finds
Oh.
Crispy, and with that Mercy out, this is Jorge's opportunity to take the fight to the skies. Ooh, but it looks like he's gonna get cleaned up by Rain Blessed. Feel like we're not completely without a hit scan.
60 seconds.
Some really clean shots coming out from Rain Blessed there to stop Jorge in his tracks, but ultimately the fight still going to Team Rocket means that they're still in this tough little pickle. And that is going to give Jorge time to return. But, ooh, Sunsolair's on the deep flank. He's looking to take the fight straight to Jorge in the backline.
Good nade.
He drops the barrage onto Kamehameha. That's the
Holy
full
moly.
flank. And Wacky popping a Primal Rage while Nanoed finds 2.
30 seconds remaining.
A lot
And
of
that is
cues
a
there.
lot of Qs invested. That is a Graviton, a Nano,
Primal.
and a Primal Rage, and a Barrage. All you've got now is a Pulse, and you're coming up on a Valkyrie. But you're in a tough position to close out second here with only 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is looking pretty interesting, but hey, we've seen crazier stuff happen before.
A big Earth Shatter from Clones here, or a High Noon onto the Pharmacy from Aaron is exactly what Team Rocket
Yeah.
needs to close this out.
Yeah, Sunsolair's gotta be real careful here. He's just gotta focus hard himself.
Ooh, Aaron takes out Taztane. That's kind of clean. I see you, Aaron.
Oh, Wacky, great jump on Arm.
Question is it going to be enough?
No, sir.
And the answer is no. You know, the Valkyrie and Pulse Bomb is exactly what they needed to close that one out.
Look at that. See, you did exactly what I did during the first match, and you just kind of hyped up that one ult, and they won.
Well, definitely some clean play there from Sunsolaire. I think they knew that the High Noon had to be coming, and they did a great job of making the McCree know you're not safe to press Q.
I mean, he pressured him the entire time. There was no way that he was going to be able to stand there long enough to get the High Noon up in full charge.
All right, and they are going hard onto this Ana. They decided your backline hand it over. Now Team
Sunsolaire.
Rocket is deep. A barrage coming out from Sunsolaire finds Kamehameha, but ultimately leads to their destruction.
Oh, he's gonna get the
Ringo
res.
is going to clean up Aaron, but this is ooh, make you happy denying the resurrect.
Make you happy. This guy's got to play Diva more.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Definitely some clean plays though, for sure.
We're coming up on the last fight here.
Once again, back into last fight territory. A beat and a window online for Team Rocket. With a few ultimates, a Graviton, a Primal Rage, and coming up on a Pulse Bomb to combo. Gonna
just gonna
see if
wait out this-
Kamehameha can hold onto this lamp for the Grav Pulse combo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, make you happy.
Missed.
Almost got to eat there.
He missed the grab
But it didn't even
entirely.
matter because Dorito missed the grab. Ooh, make you happy with
Trading
an opportunity
evenly.
here. Does manage to take out Dorito, but isn't going to be enough. Ooh, Crispy with the res onto Dorito. And this cart is going to keep rolling in favor of Tactical Panda.
Yeah, big res there by Crispy. Big res.
But we will be seeing a full respawn here from Team Rocket. They do have an opportunity to prevent the 3rd point cap. But ultimately, all you've got to work with is a copy and a shatter. As Jorge goes deep, manages to copy the Zarya. That's a lot of extra tanks. We're basically looking at goats, ladies and gentlemen. As
Oh, the stun.
Clones tries to put out the Earth Shatter, but gets stunned once again by Stun Solaire. Jorge's Graviton misses its target. And a lot of things are happening, but a lot of blue bodies are still on the point, as now it's just Wacky. And they will prevent the 3rd point cap, but ultimately not a bad push from Tactical Panda.
Oh, really great push. Really, really great push.
Score
When it needed to happen the most,
2-2.
Team Rocket was there, and they were able to take it home, preventing them from capping all 3 points. So, well done. Well done.
Initiating match.
Obviously, you know, really difficult to deal with Sun Solaire. I like how you said Stun Solaire there at the end. That was pretty funny. That was good. the Pharah proved to be a pretty tough cookie to deal with. And I think that, I want to say that we're going to see it again, but I'm just not sure.
I definitely think we see Sunsolaire roll out on this Pharah for the defense. This map specifically, Rialto, is a great place for Pharah to play. There are a ton of rooftops that you can use for cover. There's a lot of great open areas for you to just shell people. The transitions are difficult. And ultimately I'm wrong.
Okay.
What's new? But it does look like Sunsolaire is going to roll out on the Kree, which makes sense. You're playing defense. You're going to have this Ana, Brigida, Zarya up on the high ground. You want to hold down the fort.
Yeah, like we were saying on Busan, playing with that core of 4 players, Zarya, the Kree, the Brig, the Ana, they're going to need to stay together and make sure that Team Rocket isn't able to dislodge them, because together they are strong.
All right, it looks like we're back to the Sigma Rhine Rush style for Team Rocket.
Oh, look at Taztain
Double
just
bubble
hanging out.
for Tactical Panda.
Taztain.
Tastain's biding their time. Wacky as well, they're looking for this. Ooh, and they do it perfectly.
Oh, so good.
Kamehameha thought they were safe to hop up, and instantly the damage from the Winston and Tracer just coming through. An absolutely huge play.
Oh man, that was good stuff.
Bones does find Crispy. This could be an opportunity. That's a lot of kills. Make you happy taking out Wacky, and Taztain falling to Aaron. Ultimately, they may have lost Kamehameha early, but they didn't even really need him. They hadn't taken any damage yet, and they just, finished the fight quickly.
I don't
Bones
know.
charges in to put pressure on this choke.
Yeah, I don't know if they're even going to be able to recontest. If they continue to do what they're doing right now, I think they have first point. Oh, Taztain wants to say something about it, though.
They are getting pressured back here as Wacky's going to dive in deep. Looking for the bubble from Azaria, gets it, generates quite a bit of energy. As now the real fight begins on cart. Lamp out from Kamehameha, a shatter from Clones, finds a couple, but it's not quite enough to keep it going. Dorito with the nano boost.
Oh, Jorge's
He's
sleeping.
going to put out an absolute ton of damage.
Oh, arm roll.
Make
Roll
you happy
into
investing the Gravitic Flux. Interesting decision.
Arin with
But
3.
the call must have been, hey, this is winnable, but is it though? Is the question. They're beating it for Make You Happy to keep him up. Wacky's the only one left on the card taking a ton of damage from these tanks. Going to pop a Primal Rage to try and keep the point alive. And a full round of respawns from Team Rocket here as Wacky finally dies. A Graviton from Dorito. Going to be followed by a Pulse. A copy onto that Zarya. This could be... No, I don't think that there's enough. You just gotta call it. You just gotta call it.
Yeah, guys, just stop. Just stop.
We saw a Gravitic Flux, a Shatter, a Beat,
A copy.
And a
nano,
copy.
a rally.
all for
Oh.
naught.
Ugh.
It must have been called winnable, and it was very close, but ultimately, darn, you just don't have the tools. You don't have the bodies.
That was exciting to watch. That
point
was really
alive.
good stuff. I thought that Crispy's rally wasn't going to work, but it did.
Kamehameha dropping the lamp a little bit early. Arin very low, looking to use the window for his high noon, clear off this point. Does find Sunsolaire. So now it's 65 in favor of Team Rocket. Oh, Clones with a huge Earth Shatter. And it's exactly what you want to see from your Reinhardt. That is the main tank difference. You don't have a Reinhardt to match that. That is a free Shatter.
Yeah. So with this brawl coming into second point, do you think we're going to continue to see double bubble versus the rush?
It looks like where Tactical Panda is comfortable, very comfortable.
Right.
This map suits itself to that playstyle. And ultimately, even though that last shatter was huge, how many really huge Earth Shatters have we seen so far in this series with Tactical Panda on
Not very many.
the double bubble? It's just not there.
Right.
But not to diminish what Clones has been doing, that Earth Shatter was clutch.
Absolutely.
And he's going to clean up Wacky trying to contest the cart. And the cart rolls ever forward.
Yeah, I think this is, I mean, so far it's looking like they're just going to stagger their way through second point, because that last stagger fight. But here we are, finally grouped up, coming in. Looks like Tasman's probably going to get in there first.
It looks like Make You Happy up on the stairs, just looking to spam out with his DPS, but is going to drop the Gravitic Flux onto Dorito. Doesn't manage to get a kill. Sunsolaire finds Make You Happy, punishing the over aggression from that Sigma. As now Tactical Panda with kills coming up. Another Dorito Graviton almost missed clones entirely.
Hello. Greetings.
Those 5 ults coming out there, it looks like, from Tactical Panda.
You know, and like actually just straight up, the fights from Tactical Panda have been pretty clean, actually. You know, they don't have any more ults in the bank aside from coming up on a Nano Boost. So this is still very losable, and I think they know that. But also look at where their supports are playing. Their supports are in no danger.
Right.
An early beat coming out from Orbicheese here. Trying to make a little bit of space for his team. Arin going to pull out the High Noon just to make sure that those who touch are punished, and he does find Sun Solaire. Kaztane as well. Yeah, they pulled that one off pretty well. I'm not entirely sure about the aggressive beat. I'm
You
not
don't like
sure
the
that
tempo
was.
beat? You don't like that?
That's not a tempo.
What would you call
But-
that?
That was a beat to engage, which, fair enough, you know, you need to get in, you've got a lot of ground to cover. It's just, you know, might it have been a good thing to have when the Nano Monkey comes out?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? I
Yeah,
know,
the cart
I know.
marching ever forward, as Tactical Panda has not yet taken a hard contest here on point 3. Just kind of jockeying around, looking for something, trying to make something happen. Arin cleans up Taztane, punishing that Tracer. Clones eats another stun. 93% to this Earthshatter, looking to make something happen here.
Oh,
And a lot of
Wacky
kills
dies.
coming up, and that is going to be Team Rocket clearing out Rialto.
Ooh.
And once you
Well
get onto that
fought.
third point, that's where you really saw that rush advantage. Because they just rode the cart.
Play of the
Yeah.
And Tactical Panda couldn't touch the cart without dying.
It's got to be the eat into the bomb.
triple.
Well done.
I lost.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there by Wacky. He died with Primal. He had just gotten it. That was unfortunate. But hey, we're even up 1-1 now.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
You know, these teams have really shown up tonight. They are bringing their A game.
Yes. Even maybe even an A+ game. These are really, really fun games to watch. It looks like our hybrid map is up next, so no King's Row. But we will be seeing something. Hopefully. What are you looking to see again?
Oh, I want to see Blizzard World. Give it to me.
Oh yes.
Give it to me,
I mean-
Tactical Panda. Give me the Blizzard World.
I mean, I'm not gonna be mad about Blizzard World. I think it's a neat map. But I'd love to see some Eichenwald. I'd love to see some Hollywood. They're both really, really fun maps to watch as well. But I think whatever map Tactical Panda plays, we're gonna continue to see some double bubble. Team Rocket going between the Brawl and the hey Blizzard World, check that out. We're gonna be going back and forth between a Rush and some sort of cheese comp. Which
And you shall receive, AJ.
Indeed.
And you shall receive.
Indeed, and with Team Rocket, I think Blizzard World is going to be really, really fun to watch because they could play a lot of different things here on first point defense. I think they can play a lot of different stuff. I know that the double bubble plays itself very well on first point attack as well. So, you know, I think it's going to be good stuff. I think we're going to see some fun things here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of expecting to see a bit of Rush come out. Because
Yeah.
it's just one of those maps where, like, even though it's so open, it's got so many options. You know, you've got infinite options for pathing.
Yeah.
And that's just where, like, Rush excels. You know, because you just path in a way that they can't shoot you, and then you go hit him in the face with a hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, coming into Blizzard World here. 1-1. Best of 5. The team that takes this map will head into 2CP with the tournament on the line. Do you think that creates a lot of pressure here for trying to win on Blizzard World?
Well, I think ultimately the real pressure is actually on Tactical Panda right now. You know, you chose this map. If you lose this map, you put yourself in a position, like, because let's say Team Rocket goes up 2-1 here, right?
Okay.
Even if Tactical Panda were to then win the 2CP map, then the map pick goes back to Team Rocket, and ultimately they get to choose the game map. You know, like there's no going back after that. You know, they get the advantage.
That's
They
fair.
get final advantage. So it's all on Tactical Panda here to win the map that they chose.
I agree.
It does look like we see Team Rocket come out with the rush that we expected from them. You know, they look very comfortable on this composition. Seeing a bit more of a classic rush style with Devil coming out from Tactical Panda as they make a full rotation to point, and the map has flipped. Aaron does manage to find Rain Blast, and that could be huge here. Wacky falls to Gorbacheese, Make You Happy, putting out a ton of damage, finds Crispy. And now it looks like Team Rocket just kind of stabilizing out here. Staggering Dorito on this Diva. She's got 50
What is he
health.
doing? Oh, there. What's he doing? Why is he running away? Gotta keep shooting people, get that remake
Gotta
kill.
get that mech so you can, like, drop it on him, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we get to see Sun Solera on the bank, get to see hopefully some more fantastic walls with this guy. Do you think that they're going to path the exact same way again? And I think, you know, obviously it didn't work out exactly as they hoped, but they did get to point very, very quickly.
You know, I think if they don't lose Rain Blast, which it's not looking good. He was a little... Once again, Aaron finds Rain Blast.
Oh, rip.
But if you don't lose your BAP on that transition, I think you're in a good spot. You know, Make You Happy is going to fall here, but is it going to be enough? Clones is walled off. But ultimately, just playing that barrier, he's still got a Baptiste behind him. That's still a lot of healing.
It's 4v4. Chastain getting in there. 3-man stun.
They have had to give up a tick to get here, but dropping the beat to get Clones in deep.
Oh, Chastain.
Ooh, Aaron coming around with his own high noon. Is going
That
to
was dirty.
DMAC Dorito, but gonna get pinned by Wacky coming back from spawn. This is one scrappy fight. Wacky dumping the Earth Shatter is going to get cleaned up by Jorge. And Jorge with 3 kills that fight to finally close it out.
That was interesting. That was an
Tactical Panda
interesting
got
fight.
so close to 2 ticks there, but not quite.
Yeah, so close, so close. I really thought that. I can't believe they had a Blizzard on the second fight. I'm impressed. But hey, here we are coming in. Minute 30 left. Gotta get 2 more ticks.
And you gotta hit this rotation without losing Rain Blast.
Another Ryan.
2
Ryan,
Ryans on the
oh,
field for
gee.
Team Rocket. Aaron finds Sun Solera in the back line. Rain Blast taken down by the Copy Shatter. And that is a lot of kills coming up Team Rocket. This is a decisive defense.
Oh man, Jorge with that big copy to copy Reinhardt. Just over with 1 ult. Really, really, really good copy.
Very clean indeed.
And Aaron coming up with the picks that he needs to get for his team. He's taken out 1 to begin the fight every single push so far. He's making sure to get it done.
It looks like a Gravitic Flux coming out from Make You Happy. Maybe a little early finding them in that first choke, but only time will tell as this fight develops. And Kamehameha is going to fall to Chastain. And it looks like kills are finally coming up in favor of Tactical Panda here. They have had to invest fairly heavily, cooldown-wise, before even getting to the objective. That Diva Bomb from Dorito finds no one. As now Make You Happy's just chilling on the corner of this point to contest as Gorbacheese goes deep. Aaron's up on the high ground looking to make something happen. Does manage to pull that high noon without it getting eaten. But now it's just, oh, clones in the center of the enemy team. Getting cleaned up by by Crispy. And the question is, are they going to be able to touch? They do get the overtime wick going, but will it be enough? All you've got is Crispy on the Lucio touching the point. Oh, as Wacky comes in from the top rope.
Wow, that was close.
Does manage to keep it alive just a little bit longer.
Adaptive circuits
A
engaged.
fade onto the point from Rainblast, instantly taken down. And now it's just Sunsolaire trying to keep it alive.
Inevitable.
Less than 2 ticks, 58%. Wow.
It was inevitable, as our old pal Thanos would say. That technical panda was not going to be able to return that one back. Oh boy. Now this is a hill to climb on this defense for Tactical Panda. They're going to need to come up with... They're going to need to make these rotations. They're going to need to make these fights clean.
Here's what I expect to see.
Okay.
So, I think it was kind of telling there that between these two teams, we've seen some really clean, smart rotations from Team Rocket. Tactical Panda lost their BAP for the first 2 fights of that match. He didn't have a window until 3rd fight.
Yeah, that was rough.
You can't be losing your BAP. You gotta cover that angle as you're in that transition. You know, that Sigma provides so much damage that if
Yeah.
your BAP falls behind, they're gonna get hit by 2 projectiles and just have no health. And that's exactly how it went. You know, he took a bunch of damage from the Sigma, and then we had Aaron just cleaning him up.
Yep. That's exactly right. I mean, so what do we need to see here? We need to see that. Let's see if Rain Blessed. How about this? Let's see if Rain Blessed can redeem himself on this defense.
3, 2, 1.
That's what I'm looking for.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Well, I'm not even gonna say that it's even on Rain Blessed. That's just a team thing. You know, rotations are a team activity. You know, your
No,
D.Va
you
should
are-
be
you
eating,
are
your
absolutely
Ryan should
right.
be blocking some damage. You know, like here, we see Make You Happy instantly with the barrier to cover all that damage. And now they're in an advantageous position. We do have Sunsolaire on a deep flank, takes a bunch of damage and leaves. Ultimately, Sunsolaire strikes again, landing a flashbang onto the tank line.
Love it.
And Wacky does manage to find clones there. This is a good advantage for Tactical Panda, as now one by one the members of Team Rocket are falling. And with RN finally being confirmed, it does look like a pretty clean fight ultimately from Tactical Panda. You know, Sunsolaire getting a little overzealous there on the flank, almost got punished by the Echo, but did manage to bring it back around, land a big stun onto both tanks, and kind of turn that fight.
Oh, shoot, Dorito's got to get his mech back real fast before this fight starts.
Oh,
He does.
Instantly demacked!
Oh,
Wow.
no!
Unlucky.
Oh,
Well, never mind. They didn't really get their mech back. And as RN invests that high noon, Sunsolaire will answer right back with a high noon of their own. Doesn't manage to find anybody as Wacky and Clones trading charges. Rainblast gonna drop the window.
I think that was just for the cube. Team
Oh,
Rocket.
right.
Take,
Because it was a full.
taking Blizzard World. Yeah, taking
a very
Blizzard World.
decisive, a very decisive
Yes.
victory there from Team Rocket.
Play of the
I think
game.
decisive puts it nicely. That was a very, very good hold.
A little bit of a flank play here from Jorge on the Echo.
Wow, look at that sticky bomb tracking. Well done.
Yeah, good stuff.
I mean, he was point blank, but still, he hit all of them. That was good stuff.
But yeah, can we just talk about Doritos mech? Okay, I was like, yeah, he has it. Calls it in, and then just is immediately gone.
That
And
was
that's-
crazy.
That is
600
one
health.
thing. Like, you're running the Sigma instead of the D.Va. I don't think that confirm is possible with the D.Va.
No.
That is unlucky. That is the exact comp you're playing against being tailor-made to punish you for remeching in the open.
Yeah. I know that I said this during the first match. that the Sigma versus the D.Va was going to be an important matchup to watch, and it has gone back and forth. But I think right now, as it stands 2-1 in the grand finals, the Sigma's coming up more times than the D.Va is coming up. Would you agree?
Damage wise, yes, but I'm not gonna lest we forget Rialto, okay? Make you
Okay.
happy. It's all about the situation. On Blizzard World there, you got the rotations, you got the high grounds. I think Sigma's pretty decent, actually. That's not a bad pick. But it's like when we saw them on King's Row last match, there were so many moments where they're just getting rolled over by a Mei. Where you have so few options. Luckily for Team Rocket, we are running this second match as a no repeat, so they can't go to Kings, where essentially having a Sigma means that your Rhine is doomed to be eaten by every Blizzard tossed. But ultimately, it's like in this second match, we have seen a bit more value coming out from that Sigma, but I stand by my belief in D.Va's value.
But hey, coming in to Volskaya, Team Rocket up 2-1. This could be the final map of the series.
It could be, and just like I was talking about on Blizzard World, ultimately, Tactical Panda is on the back foot now, because even if they take Volskaya, it's ultimately going to result in Team Rocket getting to decide what our final map of this tournament is. And that is an advantage that would, if I were Team Rocket, make me very comfortable. That's a very comforting thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, we have breathing room. Your Tactical Panda right now, you are the underdog. You came up from the losers bracket. You are taking your revenge on Team Rocket. Everything is on the line this map.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is on the line this map. So let's see here. Let's theory craft this out. I mean, it's probably going to be Brawl Mirror, but in a perfect world, what would you want to see? What would make you happy?
Sorry, repeat that question.
So it seems like we've got a little bit of time to theory craft here, but in all likelihood, it's probably just going to be Brawl Mirror. In a perfect world, what comps do you want to see?
For Volskaya Industries, I'm going to go way out there, okay? I doubt we'll see
Hell
it.
yeah.
In fact, I'm talking like 0.01% chance we'll see it.
What are you going to say, like Cleve Clomp? What do you?
No, give me the Talon Dive. I love Talon Dive. Give me the Reaper, give me the Sombra, give me Winston D.Va, and a Mercy. I mean, not a Mercy, sorry, a Moira Lucio. Just run it down mid. It's a beautiful thing. And frankly, it would mix it up, because we haven't seen anything like that so far in this matchup.
Initiating match.
But it does look like, much to the chagrin of some of Team Rocket's players, we are going to Volskaya Industries for our Assault map pick.
I do not think we're going to be seeing a draw here.
You don't think we'll see draw Skya? I don't think
Nope.
so either, actually. Both of these teams have been playing very well tonight, but I don't imagine that neither of them have ever actually gotten full held, Like, typically they're at least getting a tick. One of them's at least getting a tick.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're going to draw.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just calling it now.
Yeah, I think that coming off of the win on Blizzard World, I think Team Rocket takes this. I think that their rush has been too good. I think that their hog play into double bubble has been too good. I think on maps where Make You Happy is able to play the hog, where Gorbachev is able to pocket Jorge, I think it's too much.
Yeah, and we are seeing Make You Happy onto this Roadhog, a very exciting prospect. Always fun to see.
Defend objective A.
And the question is, though, will Make You Happy be able to land those crucial picks that we know him for? Does see this Tracer off on the flank. Looking for the punish. A huge hook, but it gets bubbled by Dorito. Actually, such a
Dorito.
clutch bubble for Tastain. That was a
Dorito.
huge hook for Make You Happy.
Dorito's the fucking man. And there's my one.
All right, and still no picks for either team, but Tastain playing a much safer game around this Roadhog.
They're just like avoiding him like the plague.
Wacky trying to go in deep, is going to get focus beam down by Jorge. That pocketed damage so high.
Clones is in a precarious position here.
It does look like Tactical Panda is going to be kind of trapped here on the side, you know, just trying to stabilize. I don't know if they're going to try and get out.
If
I don't think you really have the option to get out.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
are
I'd want to go
surrounded.
in either. I don't think I'd want to go in there either.
Make You Happy not finding anyone with that hook, but ultimately, what difference does it make, you know? Tactical Panda still just kind of putzing about, looking for something to happen. Ooh, but Jorge and Make You Happy are in the back line to punish Wacky for his hubris.
Ouch.
And this is quite the defense we see coming out from Team Rocket. You know, you just got Make You Happy just walking around with this Roadhog.
I mean, the good thing about where he's walking around, he seems to be always in sight lines of his Mercy.
Oh! And Make You Happy finds Sun Solaire once again on a flank. They just don't see it coming. He's all over the map. A pulse bomb comes out from Taz. He does not manage to find anything.
Oh, the
But
Nano Mercy.
boost onto Gorbacheese. As Gorbacheese goes back in.
Take out the clock, man.
Popping their Valkyrie to keep their team alive. Looking for a resurrect. Going up. Ooh. Surprisingly not killed there by the by the high noon from Sun Solaire. They are going to focus down Gorbacheese in this grab. But Jorge, you know, pretty close to a grab of their own with this copy. And with R and Kamehameha still up on this high ground, that is plenty to still hold down this point. While Clones gets back here on ball. It looks like Make You Happy coming up close. Does manage to land a hook onto Wacky, but the bubble saving his own life. As now the coordination from Tastain and Wacky looking to take down Make You Happy and send him straight back to spawn. Now a Bob up onto this high ground, going to get booped down to the point. Still shelling out a lot of damage.
I think maybe a poor choice.
And Wacky manages to get Kamehameha off the map. This is a solid opportunity here for Tactical Panda. As Clones decides to invest the mines, not entirely sure if that was a wise decision, but time will tell.
Maybe a swap.
Probably would have been a nice thing to have on second point, but you're right, he might be looking to swap. And right there we go. Straight to the Rhine.
But not bad. 3.5 minute hold. That's really not that bad.
And it looks like Make You Happy over to the Diva.
Ooh, something we like to see.
It's a spicy meatball.
Indeed, my friend.
And now Jorge will be missing that pocket from Gorbacheese as they have swapped over to the Lucio, but ultimately, you know, this is a pretty good point for Echo, you know? You've got a lot of angles to kind of play around. Should be able to, well enough. Never mind, just as I'm saying, you know, Sun Solaire, the aim demon, Mr. Good Aim, is taking him down. As now Tastain finds Kamehameha with that pulse bomb that's actually huge. And as kills come up very quickly here for Tactical Panda, they are in a position to close out this point with more than 2 minutes remaining. Jorge tries to get onto the point, but ultimately cannot. Kamehameha, not able to make that jump over the top, is going to instantly explode.
Ouch.
And it is the same story for Clones. And now, ooh, possibly Aaron? Nope, Gorbacheese first. Now, ooh, Aaron wasn't able to get a foot on.
Now,
That was clean by Tactical
Yeah.
Panda, a very clean second point.
that was nice. One thing that I noticed that I was watching throughout that entire fight, did you happen to see where Rain Blast was positioned?
Where was Rain Blast positioned?
So
Inform
if
us,
you
Adrian.
are the attacking side, he went around left side up to the high ground and was playing on the left side high ground, overlooking the point. Not a single person even sneezed at him, and he was able to pump heals that entire time.
I mean, that's what you like to see. you
Yeah,
know?
that was pretty clever because he followed up Taztain on the tracer and just hung up there.
Ready for
And
battle.
I think that could be one of the reasons that they were able to win that fight so handily, is because Rain Blast was untouched.
Yeah, definitely. You know, an uncontested Ana is a comfortable Ana.
Especially on high ground.
Yeah, definitely. And it does look like we're seeing the ball pig coming out once again. I am actually a little disappointed that they didn't stick to their guns on the second point. You know, keep the ball for the mines. Because you know that Tactical Panda is going to be rolling in with something. You know, and ultimately wasting the mines on a first point just to swap to Reinhardt is like, is it worth it? Ultimately, you're swapping the ball to contest afterwards anyways, so
Yeah.
why not just have mines?
Yeah. Well, here we got the legs coming out with the pocketed Echo.
We have seen this in the past. RN pulling out the legs. That being said, in the past, Wacky and Taztain have been all over that nonsense.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that goes. Jorge does clean up Taztain, so now no follow-up for Wacky on his dive. A lot of damage being pumped into this Winston. But it does seem like they will get out with their life. Make You Happy falling dangerously low, but now it is RN up on the high ground, free firing.
Not for long.
Ooh, leaves his Gorba cheese out to dry. Nothing worse than dry cheese.
Oh, man.
Make You Happy landing a hook onto Rain Blast. Oh, dropping a bit of a tactical crouch. Okay, Make You Happy.
Oh, not just
Oh,
one.
he's still going.
Oh, jeez.
You know, this matchup, this series has been an absolutely intense one. You know, I'm not surprised we've seen a little bit of tactical crouch this deep in.
But nearly 6 minutes coming in here with match on the line.
Yeah, definitely Team Rocket in a position here to make good. You know, like 2.5 minutes for Tactical Panda was really good, but you are in a position to do better than that. That's something.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
Jorge with the nano boost going in with that powerful, uses the copy to dodge the flashbang and then take down his McCree inspiration. As that's going to be at least a tick here for Team Rocket, but they did lose a couple bodies.
Not two.
Be interested to see if they can keep it alive.
Oh, poor Taztain.
Ooh, with a whole hog, that is a lot of damage, keeping Wacky in place. Not able to pop the primal.
Oh,
Wacky
no.
died with primal.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's tragic. And now 4.5 minutes for Team Rocket. It looked decisive for Tactical Panda, but my gosh, you put Make You Happy onto this Roadhog, and he just lands the hooks. He pops the whole hog when it's crucial. You know, I honestly don't think they had the bodies to take that point. That whole hog is what they needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely huge for Make You Happy.
Yeah, with the damage at close range and with the pushback, there was nothing they could do. There was really nothing they could do. Even if he did pop primal, I think he would have died before the ultimate finished. Honestly, I don't think it would have made a difference. Now, if you're Tactical Panda, you were just like, man, we got a good time. 2.5 minutes, or whatever it was, and you're feeling good. After that defense, 4.5 minutes on the clock for Team Rocket. You're not feeling so good anymore. What do they need to do to stop Make You Happy, to stop Jorge, to stop this team?
Well, ultimately, I think a lot of it comes down to, you know, they gotta, you know, what they've been doing should work. But ultimately, I think they kind of let it slip a little bit on that defense. You know, they've ultimately, up until this point, played a very clean double bubble. Lots of well-coordinated jumps. You know, they're doing their thing. But that defense just looked a little sloppy. You know, like maybe they run out of gas, but only time will tell. As Dorito will find George, or Jorge.
I like how we go back and forth.
Can't help myself. Make You
good
Happy
whip shot.
attempting the hook on that sleeping monkey, but ultimately forced out by that whip shot. And now a biotic grenade from Kamehameha is going to heal Van. Kind of forcing them away from the point for a moment.
Poor Wacky.
Because now, you look at Make You Happy, he's just chilling deep in his own backline. Like, they're trying to take him out. They're trying to remove the hog as a factor. But ultimately, so many bodies are focused on this. You gotta wonder if it's worth it. Ooh! Taztain covering the resurrect. That was a bold resurrect from Gorbachev. And now Kamehameha has nowhere to go. Taztain is hungry for this kill. Sun Solaire with the assistance gonna clean that one up.
Uh-oh, they gotta kill Make You Happy real fast. Takes one with him.
And it does look like Tactical Panda are going to cap this objective. Oh, Clone's not getting an opportunity to pop mines there.
30 seconds remaining.
Looks like he's gonna have to save him for second point this time. Sun Solaire going over to Pharah for second point. Interesting. Especially against the Ashe, the pocketed Ashe. This might be a bold choice.
Objective loss.
Yeah, pocketed Ashe is a dangerous thing. Also, without a pocket of his own.
He's out of here. He's playing the Kree.
Straight back to Kree.
Huh. But the Ball Diva, haven't seen this in a while.
Well, I think Clones is looking for the swap after they get their mines out. They're looking to just shut down this initial push. Well, actually, it is last fight
The only
territory.
push? Yeah.
They do pop the mines onto the high ground, denying a bit of that space to Tactical Panda. Ultimately, Clones trapped in a room with a McCree. Not where you want to be. Sun Solaire is just pumping out damage. Sun Solaire already 66% to a high noon. Could come up huge here.
With Bob.
There is a bob from Aaron on the point, keeping it alive, keeping it contested. Graviton onto Aaron, but will it be enough? Make You Happy is knocked out of mech. Sun Solaire has the high noon. Will it be enough? Clones trying to hide behind the center.
Can he hide there?
I mean, you can, apparently.
Huh.
Avoid the sightline of that high noon as they're looking for this last second contest.
I learned
Clones
something
is going to
today.
keep it alive for just a moment. Get out for this mega. But that's a lot of bodies for Tactical Panda on this objective right now. It is a desperate attempt from Team Rocket to keep things alive.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the Zen swap by Gorbachev to go for the recontest there. Taztain took him out.
Was that a C9?
It very well could have been, but
Yeah, 86.1%.
Oh.
I mean, they still had a ton of bodies. I believe we just
They did.
witnessed a Charlie Niner.
oh jeez, in the grand finals no less.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the thing. You've got Ball, you've got Winston, you've got all these things that want to go.
Uh-huh.
It's hectic, you know. It was a very desperate fight, and ultimately that overtime wick's been burning. You know, it's been going. You step off for a half second and it's gone.
Ready for battle.
Well, that's a big oopsie that hopefully they do not
Ultimately,
regret.
You have 4.5 minutes though, and you got 86.1%. Tactical Panda are still in a great position here to hold Team Rocket and put this to
Absolutely.
a map 5.
Incoming.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you 100% that this is entirely winnable. I think that the swap over the Ashe, good pick. I think that Taztain needs to keep doing what he's doing and not only get into the backline, but hopefully check Make You Happy on the Hog here. I think that Taztain is going to be incredibly important in making sure that the Hog is kept busy.
Well, that was a crucial aspect of that first defense that we saw from Tactical Panda was Taztain got caught out real early
Yeah.
when Wacky wanted to punish Aaron on the soul.
Mission underway.
And ultimately it just resulted in both Wacky and Taztain being punished.
Here it comes.
So hopefully we can
Alright,
see
it
something
does
better.
look like Team Rocket is rolling up at this high ground. Clones rolling out onto Rain Bless. Gonna force that
Bubble.
Ana off high. That's a pretty good opportunity for Team Rocket here. Jorge getting
Check
a little
that out.
overzealous. Taztain and Sun Solaire do clean up that Echo Mercy pocket. But ultimately, you've got Aaron and Make You Happy now in control of the Mega Room and high ground. Make You Happy just walking up on this Zarya.
Jeez.
And they're like, your point, hand it over. Like, it's ours.
Poor Taztain.
That's that 150 HP health pool.
Yeah, that was rough. But wow, it looked like it was going one way, and then the tank said, no, no, no.
Honestly, that's just superior positioning. Like, even though Jorge and Gorbachev got caught out deep, ultimately they lost control of that top right high ground, and Make You Happy had control of the mega room. That's exactly where he wants to be.
Check out Aaron. Oh no, I thought he wanted to go deep. Bad vibes.
Does look like Make You Happy on the deep flank. Possibly looking to punish this monkey. Is getting focused down by the monkey tracer, but now a nade in from Kamehameha finds nothing. And really, it's just kind of a matter of time. I think they're just looking for that initial pick to get them in the door.
Yeah, somebody's got to take care of clones.
Clones dropping the mines onto the objective.
Oh,
Kind of putting a bit of pressure onto Dorito on the Zarya. As now it does look, ooh, Clones finally falling. That means that it is back to 5 people for Team Rocket.
Big hook. They are not going to be able to res that one.
And Make You Happy using the hog is going to get focused down by Dorito. And things are looking a little sus. You know, they invested quite a few ultimates there. Well, just a couple, I guess, but still,
I mean,
you know, you're in that position. It's that same deal as when we witnessed this on Control.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, just slow it down, bide your time. You've got a lot of time.
Yeah. Looks like Tastain and Clones over here just taking a duel and feeding Tastain 58% ult charge.
Well, what can you do?
I mean, leaves your
Tastain
ball. You
gets
can do whatever you
focused
want.
down by Make You Happy and Clones. Aaron popping the visor to make something happen. Does not manage to find any kills with it though. As now Gorbachev's going back to the backline to res up their Ana, keep their team healthy. As Make You Happy does get slept out of their heal, taking a ton of damage. They do manage to top off, and they take out Dorito while they're at it. That's a lot of kills coming up. Wacky is resurrected by Crispy, but ultimately Make You Happy getting the kill onto Crispy. You lose a lot of healing. This is an opportunity for Team Rocket, as Make You Happy just taking the easy hooks onto these tanks. And another whole hog trying to keep these players off. Will it be enough? We're 2 ticks in.
Sunsolaire on the Reaper. This could be big.
It is a big pick indeed, but Clones knocking Sunsolaire into that mine. It is huge. Wacky comes back on the Reinhardt, and Make You Happy gets the resurrect from Gorbachev. This Roadhog's back in the fight. You're taking an absolute ton of damage.
Big nano.
West does manage to land a nano onto Wacky, but will Wacky's only at 11% of his ult charge. Will he be able to build something here? Oh, Jorge doesn't manage to get off the shatter before they lose their copy. It's back and forth. It's a desperate attempt, but ultimately Team Rocket takes it. Team Rocket are your champions.
Whoa, what a fantastic grand finals win here from Team Rocket. Congratulations, guys, taking the series 3-2-1. What an excellent map here. Initially they didn't even want to play Volskaya. Oh, there's that block on the flash. That's good stuff. Wow. I gotta say, what an incredible kickoff tournament here at Encore Overwatch. This was so much fun to watch, so much fun to be a part of. I hope that you guys had a great time as well, because I know we did. I'm going to hand it back over to Ariel. He's going to close it up and give you a little bit more information of what we have in store before the end of this cast.
Thank you very much. We will have, after a short break, we'll have an interview with the entirety of Team Rocket on their victory, winning the Encore Overwatch Kickoff Tournament Grand Finals. It was a back and forth affair, but in the end, they're able to pull it out 3-1 versus Tactical Panda. We will be right back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be, hopefully, we're going to get some good insight into, just the tournament overall. And it's going to be a very fun time. So, we'll take about maybe a 5-minute break. We'll get Team Rocket in here and we'll ask them some questions. So, don't go away. Alrighty, welcome back everybody, and Team Rocket, once again, your kickoff tournament grand champions, the very first winners here in Encore Overwatch history, and to boot, we've got them here. We've got them here for you guys. We're going to ask them some questions. Otel and AJ are going to fire away, but first I want to ask Team Rocket, how are you guys feeling?
I agree with Gorbich. He's I can't contain words. The English dictionary is just non-existent. I don't know.
Yeah, the English dictionary can't handle the lexicon of things going through my brain. Pretty excited, pretty stoked. You should have heard us screaming at the very end. We won't reenact it.
I'd love to.
Please spare the viewers. But guys, tonight, potentially going into this match with Tactical Panda, you guys had faced them earlier in the tournament. What were you expecting from them? Did you do any scouting? Did you just say, hey, we beat them 2-0, they're not going to be a problem? What was your plan for tonight?
So the first time we actually played Tactical Panda, we had the advantage because like they had already played everything. Like they had played like the day prior, so I stayed up and I scouted comps. But in their match, I think it was like Thursday, it wasn't streamed, so we couldn't really scout what they were doing. Meanwhile, our stuff was kind of just out there for Pandas, and we haven't really switched up the way that we're doing some of our stuff. So we didn't prep nearly as hard as I would have wanted to.
Well, that's a little bit on us. That's a little bit on them wanting to go on Thursday. So
It's a tactical advantage for Tactical Pandas.
aha. Now,
Nice one.
yeah, that was good. That was good. Now going into tonight, were you like the longevity of tonight? How were you able to stay focused for 8 maps?
After we lost our mental after the first series, we did a 5-minute meditation from YouTube, and mental came back, and we popped off.
You sure did. You sure did. Losing match 3-1 to come back and just do the same thing to the other team is pretty impressive. I have to say. Now, let's see here. Otel, you step up here. Give me another question.
All right. What's the deal with Anubis A? Whose idea was this?
Yes. I actually really want to know this. This is probably one of my favorite things that I have watched and why.
That's Ava's idea.
Oh, basically, it was a comp I ran on my old team, which used stuff choked with Pharah and Junkrat. And people would go brawl on that map back then, and they would just get stuffed by Junk and Pharah spam, and they couldn't do anything. But once they went Pharah and counter us a little, it's a little hard to play the comp correctly. So there's another comp that we ran that I won't expose. But if we know they're gonna run Pharah, we have a different comp for it. It's kind of the same, but a little bit different.
Well, we look forward to seeing that in the future.
You know, one thing that I saw a lot in this series was Roadhog. You know, it's one of those tanks that you don't typically see a whole lot of in organized settings. Make you happy. Huge. Absolutely huge. You know, what is that, like a personal like comfort pick or something? Is that like why you guys choose to run that, or is that mostly just like is it a tactical decision?
So the comp is called Parrot, right? We basically put Hog in the middle of the map and basically just have them chase me around. And since I've been having fun in comp on Hog lately, so Hog's kind of a go-to here in this match, I guess. Just felt confident on Hog more than other heroes here.
I mean, confidence is everything. If you feel good about what you're doing and the enemy team just kind of plays into your plans, then you're going to have a good time, and you're most likely going to succeed more times than you're not. Great pick and great play. Not only was your Hog very good, but also your Diva, especially on Rialto when you played it. The eat into the 3-man bomb, absolutely huge.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good stuff. Very good stuff. How did you feel about Sunsolair's May? Because during the matches, not only the grand final, but the grand final, the two of us were raving about the walls that he was putting up. What kind of trouble was he giving you, and how did you find your way around it?
His walls?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really find that his walls were like what? I mean, like King's Row, he did like a few vertical walls rather than horizontal walls, which let me get out like super easy. I guess that's like kind of like more choke dependent.
What I noticed more is that he was building his mail so incredibly fast. His accuracy is way above the level of this rank. Is that?
He's a very good May.
It was impressive to watch because I think on Blizzard World in the second match, he built Blizzard by the second push. And we were like, wow.
I also had trouble with May on Diva. So I would find myself getting frozen a lot of times when I'm trying to eat May out or grab. So that's kind of like my fault on not like scouting where May is and getting walled myself and getting frozen.
The more annoying thing was whoever that Kree is, because that man, like,
oh my
he's
god,
he's attracted.
He can't miss. He cannot miss.
Well, not just that, but he's just attracted to the off angle. You just get hit with the flank Kree, and it's... hello.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's good stuff. Now, let's see here. Tell me more about just tell me more about what you guys went through during this tournament. Did you feel like most of the teams were right at your skill level? Did you feel like you were cruising through up to a certain point? How did you feel to get here to finals? Did you come in saying you're the #1 seed? Boom, we're the team to beat. This is going to be easy, or how did that go?
I think especially like grand finals was a lot trickier than we had expected. This is probably one of our more like actual tournaments that we've done. Like we've done a few like here and there tournaments for GGNA and Tranquility and stuff like that. But I think the level of play was still pretty high, especially considering all the information that everybody has on each other from just like going back through the VODs, or like sharing codes or whatever. But like I didn't think it was easy. It was definitely tough.
Well,
I would
that's
say we still need a lot of work on setups and everything.
well.
Yeah,
That's
there's a lot of
that's
room for
good.
improvement.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I'm really glad to hear that, because one of the things I know that the organizers of this tournament were hopefully expecting was to have very even teams by opening up to all skill levels, and making sure that all of the games were going to be tough, that all of the games were going to be fun to watch, that the teams themselves were going to be coming here to improve and get better and have a great time while doing it. And I think that was something that happened, for almost every team.
So going into the future of Encore Overwatch or tournaments and potentially our leagues, is there anything that you guys would like to see implemented or anything that we could improve on? And just give us a little bit of a lowdown on your experience here in this tournament.
I mean, technically we got to play like what 3 or 4 times because we got a bye for the first match. So it'd have been nice to like have to play just as much as all the other teams. I do also like, I want to say I like how short the tournament is, because I previously played in like Bad Patchy Mario League, and that was like a 3-month long tournament. And by the end of that, everybody is just like I hate this, like I need to take a break. But the fact that the tournament only went a month was really, really nice in that respect.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you guys all here. And we hope you're very much happy with the $200 cash prize that you have won. You guys worked hard for that. Going all the way 8 maps today. That's takes some mental fortitude for sure.
8 maps and 2 CP.
I gotta give a shout out.
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Gorbachev is watching over there in the other room. And I love her the most. She's the only reason I'm here today and can still keep giving the mental to this. There's no way I could have been able to have the mental to play at this level without her.
Also, hi Gorba's mom.
So much. And Gorba's mom's watching.
Hi Gorba's mom.
I wanna shout out my parents. Hi guys, thank you for watching. I had fun.
Nobody's watching me. I don't have friends. Feels bad. R.I.P.
Well, again, thank you guys, and thank you to all the viewers for coming out, supporting our players, supporting us. If you aren't already, join the Discord. We're having a lot of fun in here. And look out for future tournaments or leagues from us. This is the very first thing. We're looking for more, and we're definitely looking on improving into our next iteration. Is there anything that you guys, casters, team, have before we close it off?
I just want to say that I am so thankful to be included here. I have had an absolutely fantastic time casting all of these great teams that we've had show up to our initial kickoff tournament. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. It was a pleasure to cast with Hotel, with Ariel. It's been a great time.
Yeah, and also big shout out to Tactical Pandas. They made us really go through the ringer, and they were a great opponent.
Absolutely. GG's all around. And thank you again, everybody, for joining. It's been an absolute pleasure being able to produce and cast a little bit of this tournament. And so I want to thank the admin team, Andy, Baruti, Cade, for the opportunity to do this, and for the opportunity for all of us here. It's definitely been a fun tournament. I've had a lot of fun. I think we've all had a lot of fun. And we're looking forward to more. Check out our socials. We've got Twitter, as I said, the Discord. VODs will be going up on YouTube. We've got 4 up already. This one will be going up as well, so be sure to check that out. And for everybody here at Encore Overwatch, this is Ariel signing off. See you guys later.